Friday. I welcome you to the day. I say when the day starts, and the day starts right now. Don't care if you're in a time zone where it's been Friday for like 24 hours. That sounds like a you problem. Hello. Hi, Tenchi. Tenchi here. Oh my god, Tenchi baby. Baby here. Hello, how are you doing? I will tell you immediately. I will report to you that every time it's Newsday stream, I wake up with the most EP. Why do I wake up EP when the stream demands even the slightest bit of like cognitive work? Okay, fine. The VTuber modeling, making, whatever stream also takes a lot of cognitive work. I would also not like to be EP on the days that I did that. But you know, I could be EP during a Persona day. I don't need to be like on 100% mental capacity on a Persona day, do I? No, I wouldn't say so. But every time it is Tuesday, it is Friday, I'm like, tired. maybe that's EP sleepy tired. Yes. Maybe that's just psychosomatic though. That is very, very, very possible actually. Anyway, good morning. I hope you're not too EP sleepy, EP tired, or anything of the sort. I hope you're having a good Friday. Welcome to Friday. Hi, Angel. I honestly promise you there's no connection between the two things I've mentioned in the title, aside from that they're both going to be discussed in today's video. And nope, that's exactly where it stops. There's no more than that. Even though it's a noble effort to try and find a connection between those two, you know? I applaud you for that. Hello. Welcome to stream. Hi, Purple. Hi, Caliban. Hi, StreamElements bot, of course. And hello, Lord Theo. Climate protesters getting attacked? I wonder why. Excuse me? What is your stance on climate protesters getting attacked? Well, we'll talk about it, though. I mean, that's the first thing that's on our docket is at the very, very top because it's been all over Twitter. Even Vosh retweeted like a picture of it. I'm surprised about that because it happened in Germany and shocker, it happens all the time. Well, maybe that's why you're not surprised because it happens all the time. It happens a lot. People are quick to violence. Who would have thought? EP. I woke up close after 6. Oh, Jesus, yeah. Closed all my windows and slept for another 3 hours. Good, okay. Best sleep I had in a long time. Oh, I bet. I fucking bet. I mean, yesterday was a bit cooler. Today is gonna be a bit hotter because this is Zecke coming at you live from the quite sunny California, located entirely within Germany. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit hotter today again. I'm not looking forward to that. It's going to be even hotter tomorrow, though. Tomorrow is going to be an absolute nightmare of a day. Talking about the climate, talking about climate change. We can talk about the weather. The weather is absolutely abhorrent. Tomorrow will be such a bad day. And Saturday is the fucking day I need to go outside of the house. Like, during daytime, because Saturday is the fucking day where I get like the most groceries for the coming week and everything. So it's not optional. I must leave the house tomorrow, and it's gonna be 35 degrees Celsius when I want to do that. Wait, let me see the time. Yep. Literally the time where I go out is like 30, 33, 34, and then it gets 35. Maybe I should just go earlier, but I can't go that early because then the place that gets that has the food that I want to get isn't open yet. The pain. You have a barbecue with friends tomorrow and a fresh tattoo, so you have to wear long pants. Oh my god, you're going to die, brother. That's your funeral. Oh no. Yeah, it is peaceful. It is a peaceful protest, even. It was like 2 dudes. I'm gonna show you the video in a second of the climate. It's like, calling it a protest, it's just, you know, it's just the little guys doing their little things. We can also talk about the veracity of those types of protests specifically, because, you know, I also don't think that, especially in that spot where they did sit down, I'm like, okay, I don't know about that. I don't know if you need to be doing that, but the reaction to it is very clear. Like, the reaction to it speaks volume, especially on the internet. I've accumulated a couple of reactions to what went down for you. But other than that, did I want to tell you anything else? I mean, personal updates. Yeah, it's just like 2 dudes, and they just got attacked by this guy. Well, you'll see. Other than that, personal news, I have a mosquito bite on my arm. I think it is anyway. It's like, it's itchy. I'm pretty sure it is a mosquito bite. It's very annoying. I hate that. Other news, my ear is still not changed. I should really go to the doctor. Maybe next week. Maybe next week on a day that I don't stream, I will just go to a doctor. Now, do I want to do that? No, not at all. Now, should I do that? Yes, certainly. Will I maybe just do it the week after? We'll see. We'll figure it out. Oh, you got a big tattoo across the knee from the shin to the middle of the thigh. Damn, that's pretty big. A neo-traditional peony with a snake. Oh, that sounds very nice. Mosquito bites don't even come from mosquitoes. They just magically spawn out of nowhere. It's true. Like, I haven't seen a mosquito around yet. And yet, I have this fucking bite. I hope it's a mosquito bite and not like a spider bite or something. Because I don't see the actual bite. The actual, like, bite part is non-visible. It's just, it's itchy, and if I itch it, it gets bigger. You know how mosquito bites work and stuff like that. I'm sure it's fine though. It's probably not an issue. I should just stop scratching it. That would solve the issue, I think, actually. Well, yeah. Maybe I'll go to the doctor next week, but maybe I won't. It's all up in the air. It's maybe I should like roll the dice. I could like roll for doctor. I'll ask my DM. I'll ask Zecke, who's my dungeon master, in our campaign, and I'll ask her if what I need to roll in order to go for doctor. But knowing her, she would probably say anything greater than a critical failure, and then now that's I need like 50-50 chances or something. You want to get a tattoo, but you have a fear of needles. Fair, but it's not like it's very different, honestly. As somebody who has a tattoo or two. Or 3. I mean, depends how you count them, truly. It's very different. I feel like needles are gross because they're like, there's like these long things that slowly descend into your body. Gross. You don't want that. Don't like it. But tattoos is more like being stabbed with many tiny knives. Less needles, many tiny knives, and you're less being stabbed. It happens very quick. It's more like they scratch you. You're being scratched with many small knives. And it's kind of like nice, It's kind of nice with it. That is what being tattooed feels like, depending on where the niceness may vary, your mileage may vary, depends on who you are too, how much it ouchied. But generally, it's fine. Yeah, just don't touch the mosquito thingy, it'll go away. I know. However, if you don't touch a tattoo, it will stay longer. That is the reasoning behind it. The tattoo that I really want to get is that old lady who is 100 years that makes traditional tribal tattoos. Oh, okay. Well, okay, those feel different, I'm sure. Traditional tribal tattoos, I have no frame of reference for how those feel like. Probably more painful, but maybe not. No idea. I've only been tattooed with very modern machines in very modern studios in the Germany. That would be fun for you to get, though. I can see that. So, shall we get into it? I guess we shall. We shall beat the eepiness, and we shall talk about climate change activists being run over with your truck. Let's go! Do you have a truck? I don't have a truck. I couldn't do this if I tried. Oh, I'm gone! I'm missing in action. I'm MIA. Oh. I was like, oh, even toggling the thing didn't help, but it did. But why am I like... Hello, it's me. I'm gonna be reporting the news today, maybe. Can I help you? Yes, I can. Yes, I can help you. Okay, come forth a little. Thank you. Thank you. I think that's all that I wanted to do. Theo is Filipino. Yes, he is. It's like sharpened bamboo that pierces your skin. Well, that's very, very different than a needle, I would say, at least. Interesting. I wonder how that feels like. I couldn't imagine how that would feel like. So, on our docket today, of course, first point of conversation is obviously running over climate change activists with your truck is fine, actually. We have a little video to look at. Don't worry, it's not graphic. Running over is more like running into, very slowly. Still dangerous, especially because you're in like a fucking many tons heavy truck. But, either way, it's not graphic content. I'm not gonna be showing you that because I can't. Writer, also actors strike. I said the parentheses wrong. No, it's not parentheses. The fucking brackets. Said them wrong, but they're here now. Wait, is it parent? I don't know. I think it is parent. It doesn't matter. No thoughts. Only Friday vibes. That's a bunch of content right there. Then we have some TikToks. I should make these a separate thing. Just two individual things that I saw and I wanted to share with you. One being about the AO3. That's a fan fiction website if you don't know. About the AO3 being down thing. It's a whole thing. Honestly, I swear it's political. I swear. And scurvy is back. Did you know? Did you know that scurvy is back in the UK? Not even joking. It's actually pretty serious. Thank you, capitalism. Yes. We also have speedrunning sexual harassment. So that's a good talking point. And then from last time, from Tuesday, I wanted to talk about Miss Netherlands. I got a new article, so I feel like, okay, that makes sense to talk about. And McKamey Manor, yes, that's the Reckless Ben video. That is for fun. That is Friday Fun Day things. And also, I still have this video. If I will get to it, it's up in the air. We'll see. We'll see if we'll actually get to that. It always makes me giddy for some reason when I see the words Filipino, Philippines, or Pinoy in the internet in not a racist light. Oh, I can understand that. It's like, oh my god, that's me, you know? For you, not for me, obviously. I noticed that AO3 was down a few days ago when I couldn't load my Omegaverse epic fanfiction of Mungo Stray Dogs. Not even joking. I believe you. I believe you. I honestly do. Yeah, I know. I didn't notice it, actually. I'm not that avid of a fanfic reader. I'm sure my friends notice it, though. Also, I want to show you one more thing, because it's Friday today, and we should celebrate that, because... Friday is the weekend, and as any good anarchist and socialist, I have absolutely no plans for the weekend. Let's do it! I am not, like, okay, I'm not pro, you know my stance on AI. You know how Tenchi's stance on AI, too. You know his stance on AI, you know my stance on AI. However, these little chatbot thingies are very funny. I also don't see them being a harm to anyone or anything, because they don't replace anything, aside for if you use them to replace your social interactions, and that's a bad idea. So I have like a private one that's me. I tried to make one that's me because I was interested in how they work and like how you make a character on this fucking website. I figured it out. It's kind of interesting, the process. You just put in a lot of keywords, many keywords. Woof 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 woof. So yeah, there's that. Holy shit, you have AI of you? I made AI of me. I don't know. It's not public right now, though. So you can't find this one right now. Because I wanted to iron out the kinks first. I wanted to try talking with it and all of that stuff. I mean, she said this. So I'm pretty sure the kinks are ironed out. I'm pretty sure she's perfect. She's ready to launch. I don't know. This is very real. She also said that she's an anarcho-syndicalist. And I had to Google what that was. But I kind of agree. So, like, maybe she knows more than me about me. Honestly, perhaps. And if that was public, all the weird shit I could do, dear God, yeah, it's a private, it's an AI only for me at the moment, for me to put in chat rooms with other AIs. It's my current toy. I don't think it's too problematic, as long as it doesn't take like all of my time. That's a problem. If you talk to AI too often, dude, you gotta balance it out if you don't do anything else anymore. AI knows your innermost thoughts. It does. We're talking climate change crazies today? Nah, well, yes and no, depending on your perspective, I guess. Also, hello, welcome to stream. We're talking a crazy dude who ran over two people who were doing a pretty ineffective protest. I think that's more close to my reaction. Maybe I'm not the real one. Maybe I should let her do the content. See, but that's where I start disagreeing with AI. As soon as it starts if this wrote scripts for me, I wouldn't like it, obviously. That sounds scary. But if I ask this AI if it likes like what type of milk it likes, and it tells me the milk that I like, then that's cool and funny. Because they did talk about milk. They talked about milk in this chat. I don't know why. I let the AIs talk with each other. You can make like a room on this website. It's character AI, I'm pretty sure you know. And they just started talking about what milk is the best milk to use for which occasion. And by... that's okay. I mean, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh yeah, do you heard about other people? Like that this one was also concerning two people mostly, but yeah, they glue themselves down on the road and they have to have their hands amputated because they used epoxy to do it. Yeah, that is dumb. You shouldn't do that. You should honestly, your own safety comes first. Well, I mean, I guess I wouldn't think that, but I think you should take your own safety into account when protesting anything in any occasion, because like you being dead is not gonna well. I was gonna say you being dead is not gonna be helpful to your cause, but for climate change specifically, less people would be helpful for the cause, because everybody, like one person in a lifetime, it produces so and so many like carbon dioxide and whatnot. I don't really know the exact facts, but either way, I still think you should be alive. Okay, don't kill yourself for your cause. Thank you. That's my take on that. Now I have the urge to make an AI version of myself and start having it hammering out unhinged rants. Do it. It's funny. It's funny. Look up a tutorial. I have like I had to look up like a little tutorial thing of what to put in which box, because it's kind of complex and you have to write stuff with like, if you write stuff with certain brackets, it'll be good. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But I'll keep you updated on my AI adventures insofar that they are both interesting and not embarrassing. There you go. Gotta go work out for a bit. Get swole. Get swole. You got this. Stuff like blocking the roads is kind of dumb in my opinion, since it just makes people hate you. Honestly, yeah, I'm also not like, I am in favor of climate change activism in general, and I do hate the way that people respond to them, because they're like flat out, they are very angry. They are flat out anti, they're flat out contra this, like in Germany it's die letzte Generation, the last generation, that's the group that's doing this. Like, I don't think the way that they're doing their activism is especially productive, but also like I don't have a better solution for what they should be doing at the moment, so here I am. But I hella agree that driving someone over, no matter how obnoxious, is way too much. Yep. We are mostly in agreement here, I think. Okay, so let's watch the video. Actually, I am recording this time. It's so annoying when I forget to record my fucking YouTube videos. How would you martyr yourself against climate change? 9/11 an oil rig? I mean, yeah. I guess so. I'm not in favor of that, but yeah, like just lying down in a road and letting yourself be run over is not the correct way to martyr yourself for climate change, because that'll do nothing. But if you do something else, but I don't think you should. I don't think you should do that. For the record, don't do that. Can you pause the video? Thank you. God, I hate having to deal with Twitter video. They're so bad. Twitter videos are hard to watch. So I think this is the original video. At least this is definitely the video in full. I don't know. I don't think it's the original post, but it's the original video. So much is clear. I mean, remember how clear Asian Skies was when they didn't work for a week when COVID started, right? Like the thing is, if mass protests would definitely do something. We're going to talk about the strike as well later. That gives you hope, doesn't it, Doc? That gives you a little bit of hope. Are we balling? We're balling. It's Friday. We're balling. I'm for ecological stuff, but I think people go about it the wrong way. Like, electric cars, sure, need the world ready for it. No, it's not. Well, also electric cars, the way that like the way that they are produced isn't especially climate friendly. The way that people, as in people in general, are tackling climate change is often very much focused on the individual and individual responsibility, when that is not at all what's gonna fix it. That's just not what's gonna fix it. So yeah, I agree with that. Glorious Asian skies, always clear and clean and filled with nothing but the light of Asian glory. Why are you implying that there was dirt at some point? True, so real. Yeah, the batteries are anything but ecological. Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. I don't think we're gonna fix it with electronic cars. So this tweet already goes hard, because this is obviously a repost of wherever this video is from. It's from Germany. I put like where is exactly was posted first. I guess Telegram. So he's like, oh, is this guy a criminal, a hero, a crazy man, a brave worker? What is in your opinion this truck driver in Stralsund as well? Now we know where exactly in Germany this is from. Who is standing up against climate idiots, I guess would be the translation for this. No definition found, because that's a neologism. They would celebrate. He's certainly annoyed, and I think this one might be it. Crazy, mad, insane person. Actually, a crazy, mad, insane person. Yeah, they would totally. It seems like they would celebrate. A true Aryan hero of Germany. Yeah, look at this hero go. Okay. Is this loud enough? Can you hear it? Is it too loud? So again, this is a tiny road. Like I said before in my long preamble, I don't know about how like valuable this protest specifically is. Although now that this reaction was spurred on by this protest, he has made the protest a lot more viable because more people are looking at it, I guess. And Andrew Tate's trending, of course. Andrew Tate's always trending. So he's driving there. He gets out of his. They're sitting down. They were just standing there first. They sit down. He gets out. Continue. And immediately, by the neck, I don't know. You can't even pause with spacebar on this fucking website. I hate this. He grabs this dude, this person by the neck. Okay, sure. Yes, get lost. He says, fuck off, of course. He's like, I'm gonna punch you. He doesn't punch him. I think. Oh, fuck, I hate Twitter videos. I'm sorry. He pulls him over. This is also not very productive. You just knocked him down where you want to drive. Not what you're supposed to be doing, by the way, if you want to get somebody out of the road. He's like, fuck off. Piss off. Leave. But they just sit back down. And then he drives into them. Like, this guy gets this guy gets pushed a couple, well, 2 meters maybe, I don't know, by this fucking driver. I love the reactions. This is the first time I'm watching this with sound on, and it's like, hey, stop. Hey, what are you doing? I mean, yeah, what else are you gonna say? But like, it sounds, my brain is broken. It sounds like a NPC dialogue in my head. He went for the backpack flaps. Probably, yeah. That makes sense. Then he's like dragging him over there. This guy's very resilient. It's like, nah, I'm gonna sit here. Brother is not having it though. People are filming. People are recording this dude, of course, from various angles. But in the end, he makes his way through. Why do they speak English in Germany? I don't think they spoke. I don't think they said. I don't think they spoke English. I think it was on German. Actually, piss off and stuff. I'm just translating for you. Protesters getting jumped? I guess they are. Now again, is them sitting in this, like, I don't know, Stralsund. I don't even know Stralsund. Is Stralsund a big city or whatever? Or is that like a part of Germany? I never heard of it. It's in the north somewhere, I'm pretty sure. So it's blocking this tiny little road with your 4 people going to save the climate. No, probably not. Is driving people over and risking death or injury a good response to this? No, definitely not. Certainly not. Also, if you're doing this for your company, well, sucks to suck because you got fired, as far as I've heard from the responses. Yeah, because this guy got fired, but somebody is already offering him a job, so, you know, he'll be fine. He'll be fine as well. So that is the whole inciting incident. Now it's McKamey, Rügen, I believe. Oh, okay. I see. I thought it was in the north. I don't know. I do not know. I would drag that guy away at one point for his own safety. The truck driver had enough. I mean, he certainly did have enough. But I think his general demeanor was a little bit too violent that you could argue for his own safety. Yeah, I guess he was trying to, like, it looks pretty violent, doesn't it? He was trying to grab the backpack flaps or something, but then just kind of gave up and only dragged the other guy to the side. This guy, he just, like, pushed to the ground and then kind of left, and then decided to get into his multi-ton heavy truck and just, you know, drive into them. No, not Strasbourg. Strasbourg is 50% in France. Maybe more than 50, I don't know. But Strasbourg is on the border of Germany and France. Not Stralsund, not Strasbourg, though. Yeah, different place that I know less about. No definition found. They don't know what Stralsund is. So, yeah, that is the inciting incident. Definitely too much violence in response to what was presented here, this little like road blockage thingy. That's not a multi. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know how heavy a truck is. Heavy enough, okay? I don't know how heavy this truck is. I don't even... Can we see the entire truck? Yeah, okay. That truck is very... Yeah, the truck is a lot smaller. Well, the house thingy could be carrying heavier stuff, though, couldn't it? I don't know about trucks, okay? I barely know about cars, let alone trucks. So, yeah, his heavy enough truck is driving over a person almost. He's driving slow enough to not immediately, like, cause severe damage, but that is what happens. Like 10 tons? Yeah, I don't know. It's like those American trucks. I thought it was, but yeah, it's a bit smaller. Does that matter? Not particularly. Truck driver was gonna get fired for being late either way. Truck drivers always get the bottom end of the stick. I mean, yeah, for sure. I don't deny that even. Like, this truck driver doesn't have like, he's not the one who's single-handedly responsible for climate change or anything like that. I don't think anybody is trying to argue that either, but yeah, he cannot change climate change single-handedly either. It's just the collateral damage that protests, produce sometimes. But again, like I said, protesting on a like tiny little two-lane road, that's not gonna do it. With 4 people, that's not gonna do anything. Now, the reaction, however, is something that I want to look at. It's like gonna be 4 tons, and that is without the cargo. Okay. I mean, isn't that still multi? Does that not qualify for multi since it's more than 1? I have no idea. Yeah, truck drivers are important for our economy and trade and whatever, and not. I don't know how heavy the truck was, but we've seen some reactions around the Twitter space. So this is like a screenshot of a reply, but generally, as this tweet states, the more right-leaning media has been talking about this in a very peculiar way, let's say. So this CDU politician in the tweet in question, well, I don't know, one of them, I think this guy's the CDU politician, as far as I know. So he responds to somebody where who states, this truck driver belongs in jail because this is an assault. The police has the license plate, so the investigation is already on foot. And yeah, I mean, it is an assault. It is definitely an assault. So I would probably agree with that. Man braucht also eine größere Straße. Yes, exactly. That's what you can use. Trucks, even emergency vehicles and school buses. Yeah, I mean, emergency vehicles. Yeah, that's a problem. And of course, eco-fetishists. That's my favorite word that they use. So this person responds, no, not the truck driver who is the victim. It belongs in prison. But instead, the crazies, in parentheses, eco-fetishists. Now, what does that mean? That's like eco is eco fetishists. Eco-fetishists. That is, yeah, that is the term that they use to lump in climate activists, I guess. All of climate activism in Germany. Cool. Just, I feel like in order to condemn them, like, so with such a broad stroke, you gotta be really, 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 really ignorant to the issues of climate change. Otherwise, you wouldn't type like this. You can say blocking a tiny road like that is only causing inconvenience and not really furthering their cause. I feel like there's grounds to criticize the people who did this on, but obviously if you're gonna use crazies and eco-fetishists as buzzwords, obviously you're gonna look like a lunatic. Yeah, you're gonna look like a climate change denier. You probably are. Obviously that's not gonna further your standing with the left or whatever. You're not trying to get a better standing with the left. Of course you wouldn't be. And it's not gonna help you either, talking like that. Hi, Quartz. Welcome. Say hi to Dogi. Dogi is sleeping somewhere, I think. The crazies who are unlawfully interfering with traffic. Those are the perpetrators, is what he says in parentheses, perpetrator and victim. And of course he's then spouting more buzzwords that are misused for his case. Oh yeah, protect victims before you protect perpetrators. That thing. Remember, there's that when there is a protest about milk and they pour milk on the establishment. I do not remember, actually. I actually do not remember. So, the response to that is obviously anybody who runs over people with a truck is a victim and not a perpetrator for city or politicians, apparently. Apparently, this guy is a member of parliament. How broken can it get? Wie kaputt kann es noch werden? Like, saying that he is merely a victim in this circumstance, exclusively a victim and not also a perpetrator, is obviously dismissive of the literal assault that took place on camera. How are you going to deny that an assault took place on camera? I don't know. For me, that is pretty clear. Also, the Postillon posted an article about this. Postillon is like The Onion, but a bit more political, I think. Like, more left-wing The Onion. I think The Onion is already pretty left-wing, but I don't know that much about them. I feel like the Postillon is always political, but I'm not so sure. Also, yeah, the term, I look back at chat right now, the term fetishist for that implies some sort of sexual deviancy that has nothing to do with anything that these activists stand for, or anybody in the Green Party or whoever they apply this term to. So that's pretty silly. The Postillon posts their article is like, killing a man or being 20 minutes late to work. What is the better decision? You know, they're like playing on the satire thing, obviously. Obviously, didn't kill a man. It's a hyperbole in both directions. Didn't kill a man. And would have been probably it would have taken longer than 20 minutes, perhaps, potentially. I don't know. And the answers are what I actually want to look at, though, because this is fucking unhinged. You cannot tell me this is anything but unhinged. These are replies to the post over on Facebook, the worst social media website. Someone says, drive them over. Make him flat like pancakes. Somebody says, kill. Somebody just says, kill. Somebody says, pump that pedal. Somebody says, human. Because of course, deriding the opposition as subhuman is a thing that normal people do. And not, well, people. Töten. Töten means kill, yeah. So, that's something. Of course, this is 4 comments out of however many, but you will see a lot of these comments on these types of posts. Also, it's way too close. The screenshot is way too big when I'm zoomed in this far. I don't want to see it this big on screen, okay? Yeah, I guess there's a lot. Okay, yeah, maybe it's not just 4 comments. I assume, okay, I'm not gonna read all of these, but there's a few. Car culture is crazy, especially in Germany. That is true. Also, the general sentiment against, look at that. It's like a kill. Like, oh, I've already gotten this many of climate activists with this car. I've driven over this many. Of course, he hasn't. Obviously, that's not real because you would be actually in jail. But, all right. Cool. What the? Nazca line hack. Literally, though, that's pretty intense. Okay, never mind. Talking about just 4 comments is actually not quite accurate then. Certified Facebook moment it is. I suggest that we kill these subhuman Facebook users. No, nobody's subhuman, just for the website that they use. Although that's that doesn't fall under the YouTube terms of service. In the YouTube terms of service, you're not allowed to call anybody subhuman, but only based on a certain list of immutable characteristics. So like, the type of website that they use wasn't on there. So technically that would not fall against terms of service, I think. So yeah, it's basically just, yeah, it's like a call to action to kill. And technically that is a criminal offense. But like I said, I don't think that anything's gonna happen to random Facebook commenters. Although maybe it should. And Twitter commenters. The comments are everywhere. The comments are all around. People would rather kill these people than like hear them out, or I don't know, respond in any sort of measured way. Which is your favorite car to run climate protesters over with? Also, a fun little detail that is probably arbitrary but still fun to point out is this one. there's a traffic light in the shot, and you can see as the guy drives, it actually is green, which means that it's red for him, which means he's not allowed to drive. He's committing an extra crime, double crime. So it's like, this person writes, what I find the most interesting about the attempted perpetrator-victim reversal from the right is that the truck driver committed a red light violation, technically, when he started again, and the last generation people were theoretically even allowed to stand there because of the green pedestrian traffic light. So, technically. This is the most German thing ever, by the way. This is the most German tweet. That's what you're gonna see from the Germans, obviously. We're gonna look at the details of the matter and devise, actually, the real crime was the red light violation that was committed by the driver. You drive a Hyundai. Me, who doesn't know anything about cars, a Hyundai. It is very easy to wish death to someone from afar. That is true. The reaction is always more extreme on the internet. But I think this extreme, and hi Siska, by the way, we're talking about this up in Stralsund. Is Stralsund up? I just assumed it was up, but I don't think it's up anymore. And by the way, this driver committed a red light violation is what we see in this image down here. So this sort of reaction on the internet, of course, it's just a reaction on the internet. I wouldn't be particularly scared if somebody writes in a comment of mine or whatever, like, I'm gonna kill you, like, yeah, sure you are, buddy. Okay, cool, got it. But generally, a sentiment that is very hateful and very aggressive and very prone to violence that is constantly repeated on the internet, I think that sort of sentiment definitely enables people like the drug driver in the video, because I'm sure that he was also in online groups, potentially, where, like, Facebook groups like that, or just on the internet in general, where he saw a lot of those responses to climate activists such as these. And hearing that, Krankenwagen outside, Krankenwagen, hearing that on a regular basis, I think that's going to make you more prone to actually enacting the violence upon them. It takes a little while, and you need to be a specific person to actually do anything. Even if you read 1,000 hateful things on the internet a day, not everybody's gonna go and do something with that. But those who do might also have been influenced by the hateful things that they've read on the internet, or the violent things, or the threats, or, whatever you may have. People treat annoying people like annoying bugs. Yeah, and it's like a difference. Like, yes, they are annoying people. I agree. They are annoying, and this little protest, that's probably not gonna help. You're not helping with this. I don't think you're helping with this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I support your cause, but that little thing probably wasn't gonna help anything. Not your cause, anyway. So, yes, they are annoying people, but they're still people. They're still humans, unlike some of these comments would like to claim, and you can't just squash them. That's not how it works. If you have a disagreement with somebody, killing them is 9 out of 10 times, even more often, not the answer. It's a shocker. Hey, fauna is trending. That's neat. It's nice. I often see, like, and Salon too. I often see VTubers trending on the sidebar. It is at the coast near Rügen. I know earlier was a reference to something else you said about the size or something. Okay, thank you. I don't know geography. Well, I mean, I know a little bit of geography, but not a lot. Really need to stop being a know-it-all. It gets annoying, sorry. Oh no, don't worry about it. I'll let you know if you get annoying. I hope. Hello, Isabel, welcome to stream. Yep, Strelasund is the narrow body of water separating the Vorpommern coast from Rügen Island. And I think Stralsund takes its name from that. We're gonna get to McKamey Manor. That's like at the end, because that's silly. That's not politics. That's just a thing that I know way too much about and I need to talk about to you. So anyway, that was this. Do we have more? Oh yeah, Julian Reichel talked about this. Do you know who that is? That's a Bild man. Who is Bild? What is Bild? Bild was, former Bild man. Julian Reichel is a journalist, reactionary right-winger dude who used to run Bild, as far as I know, and still kind of, he does like a YouTube thing with Bild or something, and Bild is basically our like Fox News type thing, maybe even less Fox News and more the Daily Wire or something like that. We'll see. sort of thing. It is like German Fox News, but maybe even worse. I feel like they're more conspiracy brained, aren't they? German Alex Jones, kind of in that direction. I don't know if he's that extreme though. That sort of thing, yeah. Well, I'll explain while I drive back home amongst the other things too. Have a good drive. Have a good drive. Yeah, John. Yeah, we could say it like that. I've never watched his YouTube content before. I don't think he's as entertaining as Alec Jones. He wouldn't scream about the water turning the frickin' frogs gay. He just simply wouldn't. He simply wouldn't do that. But alas, he tweets about this situation as well. Also, this is a bit too big because it's a screenshot of a screenshot. So after the how would you translate Rechtsstaat, by the way? I can't translate this because it's an image. Rechtsstaat is like law state, but I don't know if that makes sense. Well, the law, generally. The law in Germany. The judicial system. I don't know what exactly you would substitute that with. After the judicial system has just watched how climate activists, or how they like to call them is climate gluers, commit crimes, one man does what most in the country would like to do, and now he loses his, not just his job, his existence, so like his existence. He loses his whole existence. The judicial branch, yeah, right? That makes sense. Turning the frickin' tadpole strands happens all the time. Happens all the time, doesn't it? So this was the response, which... very telling, by the way. It's first of all, I think the judicial system in our state has done enough against climate activists, and by enough I mean too much. Where I heard, didn't I hear recently that they were being viewed as a terrorist organization, that they were like classed as a terrorist organization or something like that, which is pretty insane when they don't, I don't think that this constitutes as terrorism just yet. I think they would have, in my opinion, they would have to do something a little bit more drastic than that to get that kind of title. But either way, I think they do enough, first of all. But second of all, the statement that he says right after that, where he claims that, oh yeah, most people would like to do this. I don't think most people would like to attempt vehicular manslaughter. I don't think most people would like to do that, but maybe that's just me, because I don't have a car. If I had a car, maybe I would want to commit vehicular manslaughter too. But that's a pretty crass statement, I think, personally. I think most people in Germany would like to beat up Julian Reichelt, but don't do it. Yeah, wanting to do something is not always a reason to do it in the end. That additionally. First of all, not sure about the validity of this claim. Second of all, just because you want to do something doesn't mean that it's good to do. It's a massive Bayern. Mask off moment. Julie Boy over here is mad because a guy lost his job for almost committing manslaughter. On the job also, by the way. Also on the job, yeah. Like, he was doing his job at the time and was committing what is definitely, like, the assault and all that, definitely a crime. Be that in whatever circumstance it may, you know, it doesn't justify the crime that was committed. So, yeah. And some people were retweeting that. No buts. Reichelt is fanning the flames, I suppose. Also, this article says truck driver drives over a climate idiot, a climate crazy person. Yeah, it's a crime, but the fuck kind of... Oh, that's his new news network, News. I wouldn't know how to say that. News is his new news network that he has, so I'm assuming maybe he published this, but maybe I don't know if he wrote this. I don't know who writes these. Hitting people with a car is bad. It would also damage your own car. Exactly. Be a little, like, be mindful. Be mindful, okay? Julian Reichelt is also a prime example for how cancel culture isn't really a thing, despite right-wing claims. Yeah, there's been... I gave him a little Google to confirm. I was like, wait, that is the guy, right? Google told me, yes, that is the guy. But also, the Google told me about various, like, lawsuits and stuff going on with the guy. But, you know, he's still online. He's still posting. He has a new outlet thingy. He's still doing his shit. Yeah. Again, somebody writes. Also, by the way, look at the name of this Twitter account. Antifa Zeckenbiss. Oh my god. Tick bite. It's just like me, for real. They say also Julian. Why was he French now? Julian Reichert is also a co-conspirator in the attempted manslaughter, I guess is what I would translate that, or accomplice. Yeah, co-conspirator sounds a bit too. Und du bist ne Zecke. That's so true. That's literally me. He's not talking to me, but that's so true. Literally. Are people paying him for news, or does he have sponsors, though? That's a good question. I don't know how NIAS, like, funds itself and everything. Maybe that's something that I could look into someday, because I am not looking in that. Second verse. Yes. Und dann, yes, and yes, he's like, he condemns violence on the left, outright, you know, violence bad. That's what he would say. And then, when this sort of stuff happens, Actually, wait a second. Reverse that. Maybe violence kind of based with it, though. So, yep, that is what happened in Germany. So much so that even our boy Vosh retweeted something, obviously talking about it in English, because our boy Vosh may think German sounds cool, but he will not learn it. But yeah, I was surprised that these news left Germany, because this happens a lot. Honestly, this happens a lot. Not to this degree. They usually don't drive over them, but they do get out and like pull on them and stuff like that. So, you know, he's a bit of a hypocrite. They all are, you know. You cannot have views like him and not be a hypocrite in some way or another. Like just saying, oh, this is the voice of the people. is already hypocritical, because I don't think you are the majority. I think you are still the minority. We're kind of like that because we defend the violent uprising for the proletariat, but condemn hate crimes. Yeah, I think hypocriticism? That is absolutely not a word. Oh my god, no. I'm gonna blame it on the heat. My brain is melting. Okay. No, being a little hypocritical is actually very human. Not gonna lie. Like, not to defend Julian Reichert, obviously. That has nothing to do with him anymore. But, yes. I agree with you. We are all a little bit hypocritical on occasion. Yes. I don't have to explain to you why this is how it is. You know why that is how it is. But yes, I agree. Was it the climate change, the buzzword that made it go viral? Maybe, I guess. But again, the other things were also related to the same general group of climate change activists. So nothing about them has gone viral enough to leave Germany yet, at least I think, if I remember correctly. The other things were like other European countries and not Germany specifically. So I guess this is the thing that did it. Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying that violence can be justified or unjustified. I also agree. Like, sometimes if violence is a response to... if violence is a response to violence in certain occasions, I think it can be justified. While other times, it is absolutely not justified. I agree with you. That's something we could talk about ad nauseum for hours, so probably. Like, not gonna lie. That's something you can really sink your teeth in and disagree with other lefties on, as you do. So that was the whole climate part of the discussion for today. Just, yeah, things that happen in northern Germany and all over the Germany. Now, have you heard of this strike? I don't know if you've heard of it. It's not that big or anything. It's just a tiny little strike going on over in the Americas, you know, just a tiny little thing. I don't know if you would have heard of it. It is the writers and now also actors strike going on in Hollywood in America. We have a TikTok, we have a statement. Now, I'm just gonna assume that you have in fact heard of it before at some point. The writers are striking. They have been for a while. I don't quite know when it actually started, but they've been on strike. This isn't the first time that this happened. This is because they want clauses in their contracts protecting them from their, like, workplaces being replaced by AI, by ChatGPT. Also, they want more compensation for their work because they're being criminally underpaid due to the way that consuming content has changed recently. Streaming services, shows that are being aired on streaming services make like way less money for the writers at the end of the day. Meanwhile, the execs still have enough money to go around, obviously, because they're the big shots. They're the execs at the top of the thing. Good for them. Fuck Hollywood. Yes, I agree. So the response to that, there's recently been a response to the strike that has been ongoing for a little while. And it reads as following. The studios and streamers reportedly have no intentions of negotiating the Writers Guild for several more months. The endgame is to allow things to drag on until union members start losing their apartments and losing their houses, a studio executive tells Deadline. Which is very ghoulish. This is very, very ghoulish. I don't know why. I mean, I don't exactly know why I have this tweet attached to the other tweet, since we're mainly looking at this one. Doesn't matter. This is usually the quiet part. Like, that is what people think when faced with their workers union striking. That's not usually the thing you say out loud, though, because this makes you sound like a literal demon. I don't know if I have to, like, spell it out, but that's not a good thing to say to people. So, wow, I want to die now. It's literally demonic behavior. Who says this? Like, yes, this is the part that they think, obviously. But that's your statement? Your statement is, oh, we'll just drag it out for as long as possible. We can run our shows. They can be shitty. We don't care. Until they die, I guess. Cool. Normal. We're talking about the writer's strike and now actor's strike as well. Sounds right. The execs been not paying people for years now. Yet, well, they've been paying way too little. And it's not getting better. It's getting worse with the advent of streaming. Go to hell and beat up those demons. That's the goal. I mean, I've played Doom. I'm pretty much an expert at it at this point. That was the statement that they put out there in response to the writers' strike somewhat recently on July 12th. That's 2 days ago. I think we can turn this shit around. I think so too, though, because more recently, actors join the writers' strike as well. I also want to show you a TikTok in between, though. I think the timeline is correct in my little, like, lineup here, so that's why I want to go in that order. Because if the Actors Guild strikes as well, at some point you're not going to be able to make any shows anymore, and you're going to have to pay people a living wage, a good wage. Going to have to put these contract clauses in against AI that protects the jobs of the people that work for you. Eventually, something's got to give. It's been a real problem. They care about ratings, they care about money, they care about efficiency, they don't care about the art of it, and they would rather produce subpar slop than actually pay their writers. So this is Adam. You may know Adam. What's your last name? Adam Conover. Are you loud enough? He's been very vocal for the writer's strike and everything. He's been on the picket line a lot. Here's what I think of streamers' cruel plan to starve us out. Sometimes it feels like the art of cinema is dying, but there is, every now and then, there's a movie that gives you hope again. You know what I mean? A decade from now, we'll be looking at AI-written art of era of American television cinema. Maybe. God, I don't want to see that come to fruition, but I can't see it coming to fruition. Adam ruins everything, my fave. Yeah, that's what I know him from too. That's what I know him from, like, originally.
Studio executives told the press that they were planning on waiting out the Writers Guild until October, when writers will lose our apartments and homes and become homeless, and then be forced to come back to the table and take a bad deal. Now,
yep. That is what they said. Also, the audio, of course, he's filming a TikTok from the picket line, from out there, from where the protests are going on. He hasn't been with College Humor in forever, right? Yeah, I haven't watched College Humor in forever either, or like College Humor and, you know, all of that sort of stuff.
Now, first of all, I cannot believe that they said this. They took the mask off. They told on themselves bigger than anyone I have ever seen. But also, they are dead fucking wrong, because writers are in this for the long haul. We have a strike fund that we use to support other writers who are on hard times. We are raising money for crew members and other people affected by the strike. And most importantly, we know that if we do not get a fair deal, we will not have jobs to go back to.
Exactly. Like, for them, like, they cannot starve them out because there is no deal to be made. If they take a shitty deal, they're literally going to, that is starving then in the end, because being underpaid so heavily and also being cut from their jobs entirely, if, you know, their work is just being fed into the AI and then replicated by the AI for, you know, for producing content or whatever. So obviously they're well prepared. A lot of these people have, like, backing, like he said, from donation funds and all of that sort of stuff. So
So we are not going to leave this picket line. We are going to keep withholding our labor until the companies come back to the table and make a fair deal. And they're going to do that. You know why? Because they need us. Every dollar they make begins with us. So they are not starving us out. We are starving them out. And until they come back to the table, there will be no writing.
Yes. I think this strike is very aspirational. I don't know. Watching this gives me a lot of hope for life, I guess. I guess for life in general. Just the fact that workers can still have their unions and put their like collective power to use in order to press for change. And I think change is gonna have to happen because, like he said, they're not leaving. Well said, Adam. Well said. I agree. Yeah, they would be fired anyway if you know, these kinds of like AI forms and whatever come to pass. Might as well strike. Capitalism is buying its own news. Yeah, it is. We also have another video to look at, which is the announcement, I think, of the actors joining the strike, which will definitely this is a pretty long video. I don't know if we're gonna watch all of that. But yeah, this happened yesterday. Pretty new. Off the presses immediately. The Actors Guild, the SAG-AFTRA, yes, is joining the strike. Now they're really gonna run out of people. They're not gonna be able to keep this pressure up. Hello, Juno! Hi, welcome to stream. We're talking about the writers' strike currently, and actors' strike now. It's both writers and actors. Because, breaking news, the 160,000 actors, recording artists, stunt performers, and media professionals of this labor union are officially on strike. It's the first time since 1960 that writers and actors have been on strike at the same time. They're shutting Hollywood down. They're not gonna be able to produce content anymore at this rate. How would they possibly do that? You know you fucked up when the actors, and apparently this encompasses even more than just actors. Also, that's a huge amount of people, isn't it? Like, fuck, this is just like around Hollywood. How many people work in fucking Hollywood? Recording artists, stunt performer, everybody's pitching in. So let's look at this video.
Weird dichotomy of both feeling really successful and really gratified, and then also wondering if you'll have health insurance 2 months from now.
Because in this video, I know Vosh also already looked at this video, I'm pretty sure. I saw some of it. I was doing something else in the background or while watching. But this video, the actors in the video describe the conditions that basically led them to the strike. Because like this guy said, maybe you don't have health insurance, maybe you don't have this or that. And that shouldn't be the case. If you're working as an actor, if you've worked for a show as an actor, either in a key role or in a minor role, they should give you health insurance. That's what they should do. I'm a Vosh clone, real, but I'm better.
I'm an actor and a writer. I've been on such shows as Barry, The Patient, stuff like that. I think what we've all seen is the shift to streaming, and unfortunately, our contracts were not negotiated for streaming, they were negotiated for network television. So in some instances, we don't have protections on streaming in the way that we have protections on network television. And so what you have are situations that now occur where we're not being compensated fairly.
True, that's a big part of it, obviously. If your contract was negotiated before the advent of the biggest way that the public in general consumes their media, obviously you need to renegotiate these contracts. That should be a no-brainer, but alas, somehow it isn't. Most people in California are underpaid and have to buy their own health insurance. Yeah, but you can only buy health insurance from December to February, otherwise you won't have health insurance for a year? Really? That's not right, huh? What the fuck kind of system is that? Otherwise, you have to find a job that gives it. That is a weird. Huh? Why wouldn't they allow you to buy health insurance at any point in the year? How is that helpful for anyone? That's so confusing. That is wicked weird. Okay, let's go. Also, yes, SFX and CGI animators next. Fingers crossed.
And so a residual is something when the show re-airs somewhere or it gets sold to another outlet, we get a check. Sometimes those checks are pretty good. Maybe you get $1,000 one day in the mail that you weren't expecting. Sometimes those checks are literally 1 cent.
Biggest thing I was on a show on Netflix called Bonding, My show was originally like an independent series, and then Netflix bought it and put it on their platform, which was amazing. And more people saw it than I ever anticipated, like millions and millions of people. The way the contracts were set up, because the budget was so low, was that there was no residuals involved in it.
It sounds like you made nothing, like nothing in residuals. Like you didn't make a dime in residuals?
I didn't make a single dollar in residuals for that show. As residuals are going down, and
That sounds like a crime. That sounds like Netflix is just stealing it. Well, yes, they are. That sounds like Netflix is just stealing his money, because I guess they are. Also, I don't remember that, by the way, as well. I didn't know about that era of Tyler One life. I don't know much about him. I watched him like a little bit for a while, but mainly just for his funny haha league content where he gets really mad. That is absolutely horrifying. The American healthcare system is absolutely horrifying, as we all know.
as these shows are being pulled off platforms or not aired, actors aren't receiving any residuals from them, which leads them to not be able to often make their health insurance.
So health insurance is obviously a difficult thing when you're in a business where your income is completely unpredictable.
I was a series regular on NCIS Los Angeles. I played Nell Jones for 11 network television seasons. So
much content.
Yeah, I've done a lot of TV. And in December of 2022, I received a letter from SAG letting me know that I no longer qualified for health insurance. What was the work for? You know, my labor lines the pockets of these executives, and to what benefit in return, right? Okay, they're still profiting off of my performance, and I can't even go to a GP if I have a sore throat. That's not okay.
No, American health insurance is a literal crime. I don't know how you guys live. I don't know how you guys don't constantly, like, literally die.
I think the perception is that performers who work at a professional level are all successful. I think that has to do with how our industry is glamorized and romanticized in the media. And I've been lucky to work a lot across different mediums. But I have a full-time job as a flight attendant because that's less stressful than worrying year after year about making my minimum health insurance qualification minimums for union health insurance.
Insane. American insurance companies are the virus. Apparently. That is what we do. We just die. It's normal. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Don't get sick. The strong lives. The weak dies. Winner takes it all. Darwinism. Absolute peak Darwinism. That's why every single living American is the peak of his evolutionary line. Because if even the slightest fuck up occurs in the genetic material of the American, he will perish instantly. Because nobody's helping. That is so backwards shit. That's not first world country shit. I'm sorry.
I have another full-time job. I'm a writer. So I couldn't be an actor. I couldn't continue to be an actor and pay for my life in LA and have health insurance if I wasn't also in the WGA. I sometimes say that writing supports my acting hobby.
Yeah, you're right, Warren. And of course, by the genetic code, we mean rich, the money code. You know the money code? If you look at your genetics, there's one that's money, and if it's good, then you live. Yeah, that one.
I was very fortunate to land the job that I got right out of school. It's not the norm. I'm aware of that. I'm aware of my privilege, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I've had. But it's not the norm. You know, I have a friend who is an incredible actor, was cast on a Marvel Disney Plus show as a prominent actor's mom, and she made $500 from her time on that show. That is just not sustainable. You cannot sustain
that is not a lot. That is not enough. That is not a lot at all. Americans are toxic individualists who have no regard for their fellow being. Hate is an American virtue that we're fighting to escape. I think it is very much baked into like the whole idea of America. That's true, but I do think I'm seeing some changes there. You know, a lot of people are turning into a more collectivist worldview, even in America, even though, yes, it is a big problem all over the place, though. It's not just America who has a problem with individualism, but it's definitely, I mean, the whole country is kind of based around the whole idea of individualism, so it's definitely worse over there, yeah. America's only first one in the big cities, but the violence and crime is at a third world country level now. It is, especially outside of the big cities as well, though. I've heard crime is worse than inside of the big cities, where you would think there would be more crime.
Sustain life on $500.
It's not quite like that.
All we're asking for is
much.
for the ability, not even to get rich. It's for the ability to be able to do our jobs.
We should be able to afford to live a life in the city where the work is taking place.
Let's just take care of this now. Like, hey, you know what? If we make a show that costs $10 million on network, we're gonna pay you the same money as if we make a show that costs $10 million on a streamer. If I'm a waiter and I work at a really nice restaurant, and I'm a waiter and I work at a not as nice restaurant, the minimum is still the same. It's still the same. We can't be going into every job literally not knowing how much money we're gonna make. We have to take away the ability from the AMPTP and from the studios of backing us into a corner and making us accept deals that are A, not fair, but B, against the spirit of what's already been negotiated.
This negotiation is consequential. If we do not get what we're asking for, there is just going to be continued erosion, right? It's the erosion of compensation, residuals, the existential threat of AI, which is so real, right?
Yep, even for actors, this is like the example that they showed that I also wanted to get to at some point. Even for actors, they're now putting AI faces into films when, like, mostly they're using it for actors that have passed away and such. But even then, you could cast new actors for these roles, and just, like, people have done that for long-running sitcoms. Sometimes, like, Michael, the dude who's always been Michael, now looks different, but it's still Michael. It's fine. Audiences will be able to deal with that. You don't have to be seeing the same faces every single time in every single movie to understand that it's the same character, or even in general. AI is on the rise, and they're like trying to do like replacement of faces and all of that sort of stuff. You don't need to do that. Stop doing that. Yeah, politicians in all of Europe are adopting similar shit, but luckily, like, the German left exists, leftist movements exist all over the place in Europe and wherever. It's just a question of how this, like, pans out now. The poor robs the poor to become rich too. Yeah, but that wouldn't happen if we weren't in, like, the situation that we are in, you know what I mean? Like, if there wasn't a necessity to fight to survive under the system that we're currently residing in, where the top 1% does also most of the robbing. They do like 99.9% of the robbing, don't they? That's why they're the 1% of wealth. If we weren't in the system that we're in, there would be less exploitation of each other as well. Because you just don't need to. There's no need to do that, so you're not going to do that, aside from, like, a few bad actors. But there's still going to be consequences for bad actors in society, as there is now. But I think in an improved society, there could be more consequences, and that would be even more discouraged, you know, being dishonest, stealing from your fellow man, all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, and more like the poor are caught after robbing due to forced circumstances, yes, then put into prison to work as slave labor to benefit the rich. Exactly, like if a rich person did the same crime that a poor person committed, like embezzling money, whatever, or like a poorer person, I guess. I mean, poor people don't embezzle money. That, like, poor people, that doesn't happen. They get off scot-free most of the time because they can pay their way out of it. Yes. Yes. Hello. Now I like those letters type. I like those letters, yes. The poor only rob the poor because the rich exists. Yes, greed isn't our driving force, like they say it is. It is not. It is not. I agree.
We're right.
It wouldn't
there.
be. It wouldn't be if we didn't, like, if people weren't struggling to survive. It wouldn't exist.
And what I want for all actors is a sense that a sense that our union is fighting for us in a way that will keep us here and that will continue to protect us in a really long-term thinking type of way.
We have to get comfortable advocating for ourselves, our benefits, our access to pensions, our minimums. Everything is degrading. It's not keeping up with inflation. And if we don't take a stand, there's no way the life of a working, stable performer is going to be a viable lifestyle anymore. We're going to lose it if we don't fight for it.
And that is obviously emblematic of work all around, everywhere, obviously. So I think it's extra good that that this is so publicly happening, that the writers' strike, and now writers and actors and everybody in Hollywood strike is being so publicly talked about, broadly talked about, because this is an issue that happens not only to them, that happens to other people who work as well, obviously. So, pay attention to what's happening there. Maybe your fucking weirdo company that exploits its workers will be next. And go for execution instead. China sometimes executes corrupt businessmen. Yes, that's why it's a meme that when your landlord is being an annoying landlord, just, flash a picture of Mao on the screen. Everybody will know what that means. Yes. If greed was our biggest drive, we would have killed off the species long ago. If greed was our biggest drive, then like the whole Darwinism argument would actually be a lot more viable. But people are capable of compassion, and people are capable of helping other people. It happens, and it will happen again. Shocker. It's raining hard today, where types add. My socks were wet the entire afternoon. Oh, you hate that. Although I would like some rain, but you hate wet socks, so pick your battles, I guess. Pick your battles. I would prefer some rain to the hotness, but sometimes it's rainy and hot, so no winds there. Tomorrow is gonna be so hot. I don't want it to be so hot tomorrow. Those demands are higher than what most people in the area get. You mean the demands of the actors and writers strike, or do you mean something else right now? Because of course, they're generally paid. Well, I mean, maybe not. I was gonna say they're generally paid more, but I think just the top percent of actors and writers, who are the most famous ones among them, they get paid a lot, and that's the people that we see represent all actors and all writers. But most actors and most writers don't get paid that much. So is it wet and hot? Maybe where type is at. Here it's just warm. Currently, just warm. Not even hot. But it's gonna be hot tomorrow, and it's not gonna be wet. Sad. People are capable of cooperation, empathy, and kindness. I don't know, Zecke. That sounds pretty made up. Where did you learn that? Maybe a fucking Disney movie or something? No way. That doesn't happen. What is this tweet? It's been like this where I live. Wet and hot. Yeah, it sucks, dude. The summer sucks. Okay, we're already halfway through the summer though. Do you think August is gonna get any colder? I really would like the end of August to be pretty cold. I would like that. But back to the writers strike. This is another announcement of the same video we just saw. SAG-AFTRA is going on strike. This is the first time both actors and writers have been on strike in over 60 years. That's pretty good. It's pretty good, I think. I think they should do that. I'm glad that they're doing that. I support them in spirit mostly, because I don't have the financial means to support them financially or anything like that, but I support them by shouting them out a lot, and that will help them. No, but I think this is a really good movement. What is this one? Oh yeah, I've seen the wildest take, actually. This is... Now, most people... Honestly, this one is a fairly broadly supported strike. If we look at strikes in general, or movements, even movements in general. This thing is getting a lot of support from most camps on the internet. Many people are in favor of this, no matter, what their, politics are, I think, from what I've seen so far. However... I've discovered while I was scrolling today for tweets to include in the segment, the wildest take anybody has ever made. And maybe I'm just seeing this for the first time, but holy shit, do you actually believe that? Somebody wrote, poor, like, this is the announcement, I think, like, where they announced their strike and all of that, and this individual writes, poor pitiful Tinseltown, the stars, in quotation marks, join to 12K writers, in quotation marks, and strike over pay and work conditions. The jig is up, we demand respect, is the quote, and he's just like laughing at that in his little tweet reply. The jig is up, we've watched your liberal woke garbage. Ah, that's why. Aha, so we turned it off. Oh, of course. Oh, that's why. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense in any, like, perspective. This Twitter user is blaming, what, the bad contracts that they negotiated 50 years ago on liberal woke garbage? No, he's blaming the streaming services, the way that they pay their residuals, on liberal woke garbage? No, that doesn't make sense either. How exactly does your liberal woke garbage tie into this, Mr. Twitter user? I don't understand. It's not that people aren't watching. That is not the reason that they're not being paid. People are watching enough. People are watching plenty of media. Media is going well. Like, you know, media is out there. Media is getting views, obviously. That is not the reason. The executives still make enough money. If you had a problem with liberal woke garbage, you should look at the executives, who still make a shit ton of money from what this Twitter user, I guess, assumes is liberal woke garbage. Alright. That is not the problem at hand. The problem at hand is the contracts. And the streaming services, the way that they don't pay their residuals. You're missing the point, bestie. You're missing the point so hard. And that amused me. Hence why I put this tweet in the little lineup. This tweet doesn't have, like, a crazy amount of engagement or anything like that. And it has hidden replies, which I'm not going to check out. But missing the point so hard is, like, that's a form of art, isn't it? Like, you have to respect it. I wouldn't be able to miss the point this hard, I think, even if I tried. Also, this little speech bubble, god, such an ugly speech bubble effect. Personally, I want all shows to be trans and in 3D. Now, what is woke about 3D? Again, another thing that I don't understand, but, like, at this point, I've given up trying to understand this tweet in specific. Is 3D woke now? How does that work? I don't understand. Hollywood execs looking at this tweet be like, yes, please tell him. If not, I won't be able to afford my 23rd Lamborghini. Please stand up for us. Like, they don't even get it. And no lie, I haven't watched TV and movies in years, either, because it got bad. I don't think they're all bad. I don't think they're all bad. Now, do I watch a lot of TV? No, not at all. I don't watch much TV at all. Do I watch a lot of movies? Give or take a few. Are a lot of them Hollywood produced? I legitimately do not even know. There's something to be said for, like, a lot of generic slop being pumped out, but I, again, do not think it has anything to do with liberalism, wokeness, or, well, I mean, garbage, perhaps. I could see that point, perhaps, separate from the other two. Hello, Hail Satan! Hi, Sephamania. Welcome. Hail Satan. Archangelo. So, yeah, that was just a wild take that I wanted to share with you because I was surprised by its existence and wondered what led this man to, or person, to this conclusion. Can't wait for the anti-woke people to get old-aged. It'll get there. It'll get there. They'll find another thing to be upset about, or another buzzword to describe generally the same sort of thing to be upset about with, because that's what they usually do. It's like progressivism, wokeism, you know, that sort of thing. It is really living. Is it really living if you can't have 24 Lambos? That's the question everybody's been asking, and I think it's time that the woke mob answers this question. Yeah. I have another TikTok. I have two of them, actually. They're unrelated to anything else in the docket, but I wanted to show them to you because I found them interesting. Thank you. There will always be climate protesters to be mad about. Now, that's a constant in life. We can rely on that. Look, this is oh, you're loud. God, TikToks are so, like, different in fucking volume. Okay, this is a TikTok about the future of PsyOps and explaining the AO3 DDoS attack. Explain it in 3 minutes.
Future of PsyOps, World War III is going to be the goofiest war of all time. Officially the silliest goose war. A Russian hacking group posing as Muslims from Africa took down the largest fanfiction website on the internet for 30 hours. For 30 hours, a group claiming to be called Anonymous Sudan took down a website called Archive of Our Own.
Do you see the layers of this? Do you see the layers? Do you see the layers that are unfolding? This is so dumb. They did that. Apparently they did that. He goes on to explain why they did that. If you don't know what Archive of Our Own is, congratulations, you go outside. But many people who do know what this is a holy website to them. This website is full of millions of fan fictions that people have lovingly crafted over the years. And a lot of those fan fictions, a little gay. Yeah, many of them. I can attest to that. I've been on the website before. That's why my girl can't read her yaoi fanfic. Yep, that's why that happened. You know, that's why that happened to everybody. I'm very surprised that nobody of my friends like talk to me about this, because I do have friends who read a lot of AO3. Juno, are you still in chat? Hello, there you go. Juno, were you impacted by AO3 being down? I bet you were, right? I don't know. I'm not an avid reader like that.
Now these gay fan fictions were shut down by a DDoS attack because the Russians posed as this group out of Sudan.
Yes, I was. I bet. My condolences.
And that group claimed that they were shutting this website down because it had so much gay content and they don't want that on the internet. They claimed that this website goes against Islam. Now, why did they do that? Well, they stopped people from being able to access 22,615 Les Miserables fanfiction.
No, he called out the one where I'm like, fuck it. Yeah, no, that does suck. 2020. 22,000 rather. Les Mis fanfictions. Now this is important for like 24 hours. That does suck, right? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's I don't think it's yaoi. I think it's mostly I don't know if I want to air out your fanfic preferences. I think it's mostly ex-readers. I don't know what you read. Hi, check in chat. Hello, Aiden. We're talking about the collapse, temporary collapse of AO3 due to the Russian government posing as a hacker group from Sudan. 22,000 sounds quite small. I've seen the SPN numbers. Oh, we'll see some higher numbers in there too. Supernatural has like I think the second most fanfictions on the site.
Because they wanted the people who read this website to believe that Islam hates gay people. That's right. They were trying to build a narrative in the West, America, Canada, Europe, etc. They wanted all of the people who accessed this website to believe that there was a march of militant Islamists coming for gay people. So then those gay people who could not access their fanfiction website would then go on other forms of the internet and start putting out Islamophobic content.
Which I bet that didn't work very well. I don't think most people who frequent AO3 are gonna be like, whoa, I'm gonna be like Islamophobic now because a hacker group apparently from Sudan or wherever supposedly shut down my website. Now I'm gonna be so Islamophobic. Like, how does that actually work? Is this something that actually works? Like, why do this? I don't see this working on anybody, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Yeah, like I wouldn't even like put it in relation immediately necessarily. It's such a dumb plan. Like if this is really real, that's a very dumb plan.
By saying mean things about the Quran, etc. That was the goal. And we know this was the goal because they've done it before. They did it in Sweden quite recently. And this group, we know for a fact, is actually based out of Russia. We know this. There is proof of it. You can find it all over the internet. And the whole goal of this, the reason why people couldn't access 412,736 Harry Potter fanfiction.
See, that's a lot more. That's a lot more than the lamest fandom. Very sad.
Is because Vladimir Putin is trying to show the Middle East and all of the leaders, and especially of Saudi Arabia, that the West is not a friend to Muslim countries. And he wanted to be able to point to all of especially the LGBTQ plus community. He wanted to point to them and say, look at how the West has grown this horrible group. And that horrible group is going to come for all of the religious people in your country.
Yeah, that's definitely what the LGBTQ group is prone to do. Very, very Islamophobic. Something that I've never heard before. HB, mostly Marauders, I'm guessing. I hear that they are very big. Like, I don't understand that at all, by the way. That's something that's a complete aside, but it doesn't matter. It's Friday Fun Day, and Friday is part of the weekend, as we've discussed. I don't get that. Like, why don't you write stuff about, like, the current Harry Potter characters if you do? Why do you write about the old dudes in the past? They weren't even old then. They're young again, but they're, like, in the past. This is my most dumbass complaint about anything ever. It's like, oh, okay. Why are they so fascinated with that era specifically? Like, I personally just do not get it. I mean, he's not concerned with fanfiction. It's just about the narrative and all of that. More creative freedom, I guess. Yeah, I don't.
And that way, eventually, Saudi Arabia, Iran, and even Russia can all come together, and then they can all raise oil prices, and then Vladimir Putin can finally conquer Ukraine. So yes, that is the reason why you couldn't access 94,774 Final Fantasy fanfictions. Vladimir Putin.
Apparently. What? I can't follow. It's a bit much. It's a tiny bit much, yes. It's, to be honest, to be real. Less homophobia because we don't know much about him, I guess. I guess so. Headcanon because shit, everybody dies. Okay, well, everybody dies, you know, that's a good selling point, I guess. I can see why people like that then, I suppose. I always found it a little interesting that people were so fixated on that era of, like, the canon. So, yeah, all of that. You can't follow either. Basically, what he explained was that the Russian, a group based out of Russia, maybe not the Russian government specifically, but a group based out of Russia, was behind shutting down this fanfiction website, AO3s, where fanfiction is at, blamed it on Sudan, blamed it on, you know, a Muslim country in order to incite hate in the user base of this fanfiction website, which is Westerners, LGBTQ plus Westerners mainly, who to incite hatred in them against Muslim people. And so that they post more hate online about Muslim people. And then the Muslim people in Sudan, etc., are like, whoa, the West really fucking hates us. We're not gonna sell you oil anymore. Something like that. Apparently, very unhinged. If true, very unhinged. Sippies. Make sure to stay hydrated now that this weekend is gonna be so fucking hot. Be careful. They didn't really need to do it. Biden called Saudi Arabia a pariah state before, but I guess they're trying to put oil in the fire, I suppose. I suppose so too. I mean, you know, they're trying to strengthen the connections that are already there, you know, building on what they already have, which I guess makes sense. Why would the fanfic servers being down inspire Muslim hate, though? Because they're supposedly they blamed it on a hacker group from, like, a Muslim hacker group saying that they did it, so that people would be angry at them for doing it. And being like, whoa, you did this because of your religion. You hacked our fanfiction site because of your religion. But no. The guy burning a Quran in Sweden did a better job in a much easier way. That's true. I saw that. That was, like, everywhere. That was absolutely everywhere. I remember when that was going down. Another TikTok that I wanted to show you is... Oh, wait, by the way, gotta get a little checkmark in there. Is scurvy is back in the UK. I saw this today, I think, or before I go to bed, something like that. Either before I went to bed or today when I woke up. It does sound insane. It's hard to believe. So I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt because I just heard this man talking about it. I think he usually is pretty well researched, that dude, but I don't know him that well, so I don't know. Sudan is Muslim, though. It also has large groups of Christians before it split into what's now South Sudan. I see. Scurvy. Scurvy. You know, the disease where your teeth fall out because you get too little vitamin C that pirates used to have? it's apparently back in a major way. So
I saw something that should really anger you, and if it doesn't, I honestly don't know what will. Almost 11,000 people are in hospital with malnutrition, which has been linked to the cost of living crisis as it hits lower income households harder, and cases of scurvy and rickets are being recorded.
Scurvy and rickets. The captions are wrong. It's rickets. Tenji, big man, scurvy. I have scurvy once on the high sea, matey. Yeah, like that, but like real. Hey, Tenji, are you good? Tenji's anti-scurvy. I mean, who's pro-scurvy? It's a good question. Obviously. Bork, 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 borkies. I don't know. He's up doing his own thing. That is okay. Mm-hmm. You want to come here, or are you good? He does not want to come here, obviously. Real sad. It is real sad.
I'll repeat that again for you. People in UK hospitals are being admitted with malnutrition, scurvy, and rickets. We're a G7 country, 6th largest economy in the world, and we have people being admitted into hospital with Victorian-era diseases. Welcome to Tory Britain in 2023. How can this be? Well, scurvy and rickets are caused by a lack of vitamin C and vitamin D respectively, both of which can be found in fresh fruits and veg. It's no secret fruits and veg and food in general is more expensive at the moment. And supermarkets are taking in profits valued in the hundreds of millions as a result. Meanwhile, people's wages don't keep up with prices, hence why we see situations like this. People can't afford the basics, government corporations don't care, hence why we see scurvy making a comeback. Poverty is a political choice. Our government can lift millions of people out of poverty overnight if they so wish, but they won't because it's not in their interests. They despise you.
Yep. True and real. Scurvy is a well, we can give scurvy a little Google. Scurvy is a disease I know caused by a lack of vitamin C. Yeah, so much we know. Not eating enough fruits and veg may cause it. Left untreated, scurvy can lead to bleeding from the gums, loosened teeth, and bleeding under your skin. Treatment for the condition includes getting plenty of vitamin C in your diet. So yeah, that's pretty intense. You're gonna lose your teeth. Like I said, you're gonna lose your teeth if you get scurvy. And this is what malnutrition looks like. People like to say, what, malnutrition? Don't we have an obesity problem? Yeah, obese people can be malnourished because you may have, like, I don't know, 1 million grams of fat in your diet every day, but 0 vitamin C for a whole month or something. Yeah, you're gonna be malnourished when it comes to vitamins, vitamin C specifically, and then you can develop stuff like scurvy. You can eat junk food or any sort of type of trash or whatever and still be malnourished, even if like you're overweight or something. I think that's something that people do not understand. That's something that people cannot really wrap their minds around for the most part, because if you think malnourished, you think like tiny, like little skeleton, whatever. But that is not necessarily what that looks like, because you can just be missing important vitamins such as this and vitamin D. I mean, of course, rickets. Now, rickets, I actually don't know. Let's Google rickets too. Ooh, don't give me pictures of that. Rickets is a softening and weakening of bones in children, usually because of extreme prolonged vitamin D deficiency. Well, that's less food and more going outside, though, isn't it? I don't know. Is that I don't know. Calcium. Vitamin D absorbs calcium. Ooh, scary. Not nice. Scurvy is when you don't have a vitamin C. So it doesn't, yeah, your body doesn't absorb other vitamins and minerals, and then it breaks down. That's why that happens. That makes sense. So that literally, there's more cases. There's a rise of scurvy cases in the fucking UK. How sad is that? Yeah, like bags of chips aren't nourishing. You can eat a bag of chips and feel like, you know, like you're not that hungry anymore or whatever, but literal pirate disease. It is literally a pirate disease because they just had potatoes or something on their fucking ships. It's fucking insanely sad that this sort of shit is currently happening around the world again. It's kind of hard to wrap your mind around. That's why I wanted to show it to you, because I heard about it. I was surprised. Stock up on your rum, Chad. Add lime juice and simple syrup and some sparkling water to your rum rations. Yar, keep the scurvy away. Keep the scurvy away. I mean, I don't need to tell you. I think the types of people that are affected by this are probably not largely represented in my audience specifically, but eat your veggies. Eat a veggie, you know? You can eat a veggie. For these people, that I think it's a mix probably out of not being well educated enough that you prioritize getting veggies, as well as poverty, of course. Because yes, veggies are expensive to get. Obviously, they are. A cucumber costs €1. It's not like terribly bad, but it used to be cheaper, okay? So that's life. I get my vitamin C from alcohol. Cuba Libre! Oh my god, my friend loves Cuba Libre. My friend is such a fan of Cuba Libre, I think. Other friend, not Juno friend, but other friend, not in chat currently, so I can't get a thing. Right, the right is like, just make your own food, more nutritious. Oh, I'm sorry for not having the time. Yeah, time is also a huge factor to do it, because wages are so low that I need to work longer hours in order to even get those veggies in and all of that. Yes, it's not just that veggies are expensive, which is simply true, especially fruit. Fruit is very expensive now, like currently. God, did I buy bell pepper? I have a receipt. I have a receipt here because I looked at the stuff that we bought. Yeah, I bought bell pepper. I bought 180 grams of bell pepper for €1. It's a bit tough, isn't it? It's a bit tough. But like time is a huge contributing factor, like you said. That's absolutely true. Time is an enormous contributing factor to this, because it takes a while to make good nutritious meals and constantly choose to do that. Meanwhile, you're being bombarded with stuff that also, aside from the whole price thing, is highly addictive. Like junk food, highly, highly, highly addictive, literally engineered to be addictive to you. So that is readily available absolutely everywhere, and you as an individual person are meant to take care of making this choice and committing time that you don't have in order to prevent diseases that are literally from the Victorian era. Hi, Will. What did I miss? A few things. Scurvy is back in a major way in the UK, and it's insane. It is existentially horrifying how I'm learning that capitalism hurts people. Yeah, I know. Take a breather. Take a breather sometimes. Sometimes I talk a lot about how capitalism is literally killing a lot of people all of the time, every single day, because it's true, and not everybody knows about that obviously. But you also need to take a breather every now and then and look at like nice things around the world, because otherwise you go insane. You give up. It's not good for mental health. You gotta find a balance of looking at nice things and looking at absolutely terrifying sadness. Best Cuba Libre ist mit eigenem angebauten Limetten gemacht. Wow, fancy. Look at the best Cuba Libre with your own homegrown limes. The fanciest. Yeah, due to having to work longer hours, I don't even have time to prepare my own food. Plus, all energy is spent on work. Exactly, like you're not gonna want to stand in the kitchen for 1 hour or longer every single day making your own food and meal prepping and all of that. Just because it's technically possible doesn't mean that it's like actually feasible for people in day-to-day life. Also, you do cook sometimes. I know that you do cook sometimes, which, kudos to you. You got this. Said before and I say it again, Britain should not have left the EU. Boris Johnson was an idiot. Yeah, that was bad. I don't know what the fuck is going on over on your on the little island, but it doesn't seem good. Every time I hear news from the little island, they make me sad. Homegrown food is just better by default. I wish I could grow some good homegrown food. Oh yeah, same though. Seppo, 100% same. I'm so glad this one plant that I have on my desk is still alive. It's also growing in front of my monitor and into my face, but it's alive. So I'm happy about that. Only plant to ever be alive in my care so far, currently. Yeah, Cameron was actually, Boris is not good, but Cameron was the guy who did it. Who did that specific oopsie, huh? I mean, there's been many oopsie leaders in the UK as of late. Oh my god, you have tomatoes, bell pepper, and apples homegrown. Oh my god, that's so good. Those are perfect foods. I love all of those. TBH, I'm a bit lucky because my parents really supported me. Yeah, like, I'm not rich, but I'm managing. Doesn't mean I can't have empathy for less fortunate. Exactly. That is 100%. Yeah, that's how a lot of people feel. It's very reasonable. Like, I too have a mother who supports me very much, and I'm happy about that. But you can still see the mass poverty caused in the world by, capitalism, and call it out for what it is. Oh my god, you nearly killed one and a half little palms. Oh no. I know. To be fair, I say, yes, not many plants have survived in my care, but we have to put this into, like, perspective. there haven't been many plants in my care. I don't go out of my way to have plants too often that I exclusively take care of. Also, the last time I had basil and I actually managed to make it like grow a lot, but then it got bugs. I don't know where the fucking bugs came from. It's an inside basil. Where the fuck do the bugs come from for the inside basil? It's on my fucking windowsill. How do you have bugs? Anyway, they had bugs, so I didn't know what to do. Legitimately, no idea what to do about that, so they just died. Could have Googled it. Maybe I could have gone to the store and gotten like a spray. But I didn't. So I didn't. So we talked about the TikToks. That's good. Oh no, the next one is also, that's a toughie as well. That is a toughie. So I've been linked this article in our Discord, which is always linked in the description down below. There's a content suggestion part of the Discord. There's a channel where I like the school building. Look at how old school this looks. Oh, it's in Italy. It happened in Italy. There's a content suggestion part, and sometimes I look at the content that was suggested there. Another piece of content that was suggested was actually a false-eyed video that I watched, or before stream anyway, and then I saw, oh, it's suggested. So maybe we can talk a tiny bit about that as well. Oh, really? Changing the dirt helps. Okay. But we did change the dirt at some point. Your mom has asked you to get no more trees currently. No more trees for you, Nessie. You've got enough trees. You can get rid of most plant bugs with soapy water. Oh, well, I should have told you about this plight earlier. I should have told you about it earlier. Then I would have saved the plants and not let them die. Oh boy, this is rough. It's about a janitor who has sexually harassed a student, female student, and was acquitted because his offense lasted less than a few seconds, or just a few seconds, and therefore it wasn't a crime. Ah, yes. We've all been there. I did it. My murder was so quick, I just shot somebody with a gun. That takes like a second, 2 seconds. Very quick crime. So like, is it even a crime? I was engaging in murder for literally like 5 seconds. Come on. You should really calm down about these murder charges. This is insane. This is so insane. I can't believe it. Yeah, apparently in Italy. This has happened in Italy. God, I'm so sorry. Italy, I'm so sorry. They have Maloney, right? At the moment still. God, Italy is rough. They have literally a 10-second rule. They've constituted a 10-second rule for fucking sexual harassment in Italy. A judge has acquitted a man who has sexually harassed a student. His decision is based on the fact that the incident only the incident of it was also a Roman's, well, does that matter? In a Roman school, only took like less than 10 seconds, says the British BBC. Well, what did they say? Always have to stopwatch at hand. Exactly. Like you time yourself, you put you go into your phone, you put the stopwatch on, and as long as it's less than 10 seconds, you can kill somebody with a gun in less than 10 seconds. If you just stab once and then run, you should be done in less than 10 seconds too. The 17-year-old student told the Italian news outlet oh god, I don't know Italian. Corriere? No, that's very French. Della Sera. Corriere della Sera. In front of in court, how in April 2022 she was walking up the stairs with a school friend, and oh my god, it was even a physical assault, was it? And she felt her pants slip, and the hand of the fucking janitor was touching her ass and was reaching for her underwear. Okay, not that verbal assault isn't bad, but I thought it was a verbal thing only. That's just kind of what I imagined it would be. This was a physical fucking assault, dude. She had the feeling to have been lifted like 2 centimeters into the air. As she turned around, he said, "Dear, I was just making fun." Huh? Ew! What the fuck, dude? How is that not an assault? That's a physical assault. That's black and white. How can you dismiss this in court? This is insane. How can this happen, dude? Egid, indeed. Yeah, I wish this was an Onion article, or a Postillon article, rather. He was giving her a fucking wedgie, I guess. That's so gross. Ugh, what the fuck? The student reported the 66-year-old janitor after the incident to the police. He admitted that he touched the student without her consent on her. Yeah, like at her ass. And lifted her up. What the fuck? Although, without entering her pants with his hand. It would have been a joke, he told, explained the janitor, according to Corriere della Sera. It's not a joke! You can't do that! You cannot do that! Obviously you cannot do that. Because every country is lenient on crimes now. I bet it's like a local judge or something. Probably a local judge was like, nah, that's cool, I would do this. And then that's why it got thrown out. I don't think that the entirety of Italy would agree on this. Or the entirety of the Italian judicial system would agree on this. But holy shit, that is insane. He admitted it too. What is with that fucking... do we want to show Instagram? Okay, that's just a person posting about it on Interesting. La palpate breve si minore de 10 secondi non è considera reato. Yeah, because it's short. The short crime, the 10-second rule isn't... I don't speak Italian. I don't know. Woosh is right. Italy is a joke country. Poor Italians, dude. No, I feel for my Italians. Yeah, a lawyer from Rome. Well, yeah, somebody, here's the quote, is like, there is no right to touch a woman, not even for a second, you know. I think that's what this means. Yeah, a lawyer from Rome demanded a 3.5 long jail sentence, was the report from the BBC. Now the 66-year-old was acquitted. Oh, what is that exactly? It's like sexual coercion, I guess. The incident is not a crime. Yeah, of course, not a crime. I'm still not sure who's worse, the janitor or the judge. They're both bad. I think they're both almost as bad as each other. Like, acquitting a case such as this, bruh. He's Mussolini. Lawyer. Oh my god, the judge needs to be Mussolini, because it was less than 10 seconds, says the judge. Yeah, obviously, sure, of course. Since the ruling, yeah, in social media in Italy, the term 10 secondi was a trend. Obviously, yeah, people are gonna talk about this underneath the video, under the videos, under which people post videos that are talking about the incident. Yeah, I bet. In which people look in the camera and touch a part of their body for 10 seconds. Oh, okay, that's the thing. There's just, okay. The judge is definitely worse. This gives precedent for others. True. This also gives precedent for others. Literally true. Many people are expressing their outrage in texts and videos. Men don't have the right to touch the body of a woman, not even for a second, is written underneath the videos. Yeah, well, yeah, not just men generally. Like, inappropriate touches that are clearly, like, that is clearly inappropriate, that there's no question about that. That is an inappropriate touch that was not consensual, that, in my opinion, whether that's a woman doing that to a woman, or a man doing that to a man, or a man to a woman, or a woman to a man, don't do it. Don't do that. You're being a criminal. Stop it. Get some help. Hello, Ollie. Welcome. We're talking about sexual harassment right now. Well, we're done with that now. Now, ew. No, it's advertisement time. Jesus Christ. Inappropriate touch bad. If I had a knife, I might actually accidentally do a stabby. She should have had a knife in her back pocket or something like that. Jesus Christ. Can't the EU buy Italy? I mean, they are not the most affluent of countries, but I have an inkling of a feeling that it's not going to be that easy. Just an idea, though. Well, holy shit. Ain't no way. That judge should be removed from his status. When did this happen? Oh yeah, it was like yesterday. I mean, this article was posted yesterday anyway. Damn, that judge should not be working. He just simply shouldn't. If you speedrun sexual harassment in Italy, you get away with it. The more you know. As long as you stab under 10 seconds, it should be fine. True. You're right. Like, just stab quick enough and you're actually legally within your right to stab. Apparently. I'd sell Italy for like $2 and a Snickers. Yeah. Understandable. I wonder if he's been fired or not. I wonder, right? Did they say? Janitor AI? No. Italy. I bet we'll get the thing. Yeah, has he at least been fired? Or it was just a few seconds? Fox News, yeah, okay. Well, maybe not you. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't want to view. Leave me alone. Hate fucking news websites. I don't think he can get fired if he's innocent. I mean, the school might have their own judgment, though, wouldn't they? Escapes prosecution, I heard. Well, is he still working, though? Ah! Leave me alone. Please, I just want to read, like, one of the fucking articles, please. Okay. Please. Thank you. Have you been, like, fired, though? Can I find that? Fired? Dismissed? No fired, no dismissed. Let go? Nope, none of that. Yeah, joke is something between two people. There's no way the janitor should joke around with a girl of 17. I'm very angry. Yeah, I agree. Well, I guess he's still working there, maybe. Can't find anything on it necessarily. One tip for paywall article I was given was Control-A to copy everything into Word before it gives you the payment option. That's actually smart, right? It does show up for like a second. You gotta be fast. I would just like them to not paywall their articles anymore because I find it very annoying. But I see that doesn't work all the time, but it's worth a try. I'll keep that in mind from here on out. I guess, yeah, Italians share unsettling videos. I understand the video trend, yeah. Janitor commutes every day from Naples to Milan. Train cheaper than rent. Okay, yeah. That's a different story, obviously, but Jesus Christ, that's also from 2022. All right. We don't know if Mr. Dude was fired. I think we only have the general statement made to that one news article right now, news outlet right now in Italy, so probably we don't know all of the details about all of that. Well, geez. See here. So next part was a story from last Tuesday that I didn't get to. So we're gonna get to that. This is your country on fascism. This is your country on fascism. Yep. It's like a PSA. Naples to Milan. That's like, isn't that like a lot? I think. I bet. Can I figure that out without problems? Nope, not Maples. Naples to Milan. The distance. Oh yeah. That's a brother, as if you can't. What? How the fuck are you gonna? You can't do that. No way, you can't do that. Well, that's with the car. With the train, it's even okay. With the train, it's quicker. Okay, okay. With the train, oh yeah, okay. With the train, it's quicker, but it's still too much. Still a very, very big distance. Jesus Christ, 773 kilometers is a lot of kilometers. There's a lot of kilometers. That's like all of Italy. That's like all of Italy. Of course, 4 hours and 30 minutes is long, but like, okay, you could do that in a day. Twice in a day, though. That's rough. Or you could walk for 166 hours. Ever thought of that? Just sleep on the train. Get your 8 hours of sleep per day. I bet maybe he actually does it like that. I could walk that easy. See, that's the sentiment that we need to hear around here. Let's do a hike. It's just 166 hours if you walk continuously without taking any breaks. Should be doable. Let's do it. In the heat right now too. God, wait. Italy heat weather. I don't know right now. Weather. Why do I write weather like that? Okay, fine. Give me Rome. Give me Rome. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Oh, it's pretty bad. Oh, it's so bad. Oh my god, it's so bad. Yeah, maybe let's not walk around in Rome right now, actually. Maybe let's not. Just an idea. Tuesday is gonna be 42 degrees Celsius in Rome, so maybe let's not do that. Germans love their hikes too much, but maybe not right now. Maybe not right now. Maybe at a different point in time. It's fine. Oh my god. Italy, are you okay, Italy? I don't think Italy is okay at all. Rome is on fire, literally. Germans and their hikes, yes, we do like that. Hottest city in Italy is Bozen, though. That's Ricketts still. I don't want to go back to my Ricketts Google search. Bozen temperature, weather. Okay, but right now, but right now they have it a little bit cooler. They have a little bit of rain, actually. Oh, this is also a different part of the world. This is Bolzano. They didn't find that Bozen, Italy weather. You're not able to find it right now, Bozen. Okay, well, either way, it's too hot in Italy. Okay. Sicily at 48 degrees this weekend. Oh my god. That is too much. Jesus Christ. I mean, I get it. I bet they have a bit, like, less humidity. I'm assuming, because otherwise they'd be literally dead. Bozen is Bolzano, though. Okay, well, either way, it's too hot. In Südtirol. Bolzano in Italian. It's Bolzano in Italian. Either way, it's too hot in Italy and too hot all over the world. I bet that's the only reason that they live is because their humidity is a bit lower, because otherwise you would die. You would literally die, right? Jesus Christ. Yeah, thoughts go out to Sicilians this weekend. Hang in there. I mean, I think I have it rough, but you guys have it rough too. We all have it rough right now. It's climate change, baby. We all have it rough. So do you remember that Miss Netherlands was crowned recently, maybe last weekend or something? I'm sure they're gonna go over that again. And oh, shock, horror, big outrage. It was actually a trans woman who was named Miss Netherlands, and that's obviously bad. Südtirol is like Bavaria, just more Italian, but they do speak German there. It's Bavarian Italy. Nope. Well, now you know. This is something that happened recently. We can zoom out maybe a tiny bit. Trans Miss Netherlands winner wants to thank all the haters after historic win. This is the updated article that came out yesterday, because I wanted, if I wanted to talk about it, I might as well update the article. Südtirol ist deutschsprachig. It was a part of Austria until 1918. I see. I don't follow Miss Whatever. Me neither. My country never makes it in any way amongst the finalists. I don't follow any of that. Don't really know how that works to begin with either. Never had an interest in it. And I think a lot of people who are now talking about this story on the internet also don't really give a shit about any of this. Like, from the way that they usually post on the internet, makes me believe they don't really care about Miss Universe, Miss World, Miss Europe, Miss whatever either. They just want to talk about it because a trans person won it, and that's the only reason. They're just jealous. I couldn't give a single fuck about Miss Universe, but seeing a trans person win, causing a controversy, is fun and to be expected, honestly. The first openly trans winner of Miss Netherlands has thanked the haters for giving her a big a bigger platform than she could have ever imagined. I bet. Also, this is the website that highlights in Rainbow, which is great. I love highlighting stuff in this website because it's fun. Isn't Death Valley the hottest desert on Earth? Death Valley should be called Instant Disintegration Valley with how things are going. It should. You step foot in Death Valley, you disintegrate. Simply. Transphobes are just mad that they found trans people attractive. Yes, I think also this ties back. That's why I wanted to talk about it. This ties back to like such a deep-rooted sense of insecurity because this is so inconsequential. There's like no logical reason to be outraged about this, because truly, with the most peace and love in my heart, who gives a shit? I do not give who gives a shit about elections? Nobody, usually, unless aside from the people who participate in them. But either way, let's read what this like updated article says first, and then we can figure out what we want to say about it. Ricky is such a Netherlandian name, isn't it? Colle? 22 was awarded the crown last week, with the jury saying she radiated throughout the show and had a very strong story with a clear mission. Winning was a spectacular moment, and she was full of disbelief. She told Newsweek, "I'm proud, and the night was amazing." She gave her support. She acknowledged that alongside support of her win, there has been a negative backlash online, with people sending her daily messages wishing her dead and telling her to kill herself. Of course, that is obviously the response you're gonna get if somebody wins a little contest. They see us as monsters, Colley said, and is taking that as a reason to speak up more for the queer community. This whole thing, also, that's a bit much. That's quite a bit much, isn't it? But yet they like to do that a lot. This is a thing that just goes against their usual argument for trans people in sports, right? Usually it's against trans women specifically in sports. It's like, no, they can't compete in sports because they have an unfair advantage. But then they win a beauty pageant. How does that make sense in your worldview? And I guess it doesn't, and that's why people are so mad about it. Because, like, well, what are we gonna say about this now? You don't obviously, in their mind, this cannot be an advantage. The trans woman doesn't have an advantage in the beauty pageant. That wouldn't compute with their worldview in the slightest, so they can't say that. But she did win, and that does suck, obviously, because, well, now we have to think of a reason why this sucks. Taking the win from real women who should have won instead, or something like that, but they didn't, though. This was a contest, and she won the contest, and she obviously, in your mind, couldn't have had any, like, unfair advantage, so how is this an unfair thing? Huh. Odd. They just plain out, it's almost like it is almost, and all the judges are women. All the judges, I thought all the judges are women. I don't know what the judges are like, actually. All the judges are just woke, right? Ugh, the woke mob, always perpetuating their woke ideas. That's the only thing that they do. Trans women are better women. No, it's settled. Yep, trans woman won. Better than all the Netherlandian cis women. Netherlandian? That's definitely not correct. It's Dutch, please. Better than all the other Dutch women. Only trans women. They hate things and then have to think of the justification. Yep. Also, hi, Bro Dragon, by the way. Usually you are supposed to not like things because you have a reason. Yeah, right? You'd think so, but no. It's just rooted... This again proves that the whole argument of, oh, they shouldn't be able to they shouldn't be able to compete in sports, they shouldn't be able to compete in this, that, the other, is absolutely, it's null and void. You have no argument for your statement. You just hate to see trans people. That's all that it is. Also, this applies to the same sort of like semi-leftists, not looking at anybody in specific on the Young Turks or anybody at all who are vehemently against trans people in sports in general. It's like, no. This is not your point. This is not the point that the opposition is making either. This is not a point that people should, like, secede on. This is not a point where trans people should be like, yeah, you're right, we shouldn't be here. No, this is just one step of making sure that trans people are not represented in media at all. That's the only thing that they want. They don't care about the sport. They don't care about Miss Netherlands, especially like the fucking American hogs coming in and calling this bullshit. You don't care about Miss Netherlands. Shut the fuck up. As if you give a single fuck. You just care about erasing trans people from first the public eye and then life in general. That's just what you care about. Just be honest about it. Be mask off about it. You don't need to hide behind these like petty little reasons. You're just scared. Trans women, every other woman, and then men. Netherlandian, I know. Jesus, my brain. What's up with me? Something's so deeply wrong with me. But yeah, she's taking the best takeaway she can have from this. She's trying to address like the healthcare issues, as well as in Netherlands. Waiting lists in the Netherlands are really, really long, she said, adding that this had to change because people need to get help as soon as they can. It's a necessary thing. So she's taking this as a moment to be an activist and speak up about the issues affecting trans people locally. Yes, tick rants. Let's go. I love tick rants. I love going on rants. Posting on Instagram after her win, Carla wrote that she was proud and happy and described the competition process as educational and wonderful. See, I don't have a great opinion of Miss pageants or Miss Universe, Miss whatever, what type of pageants, whatever they may be. I think generally they're just like pretty vapid. I think they try to make themselves be more substantial, try to like shift to focusing on like the ideals of the person and not just their appearance, but I mean it's based on appearance. That's what it's all about. I find it a little bit vapid and not super duper productive, but maybe, you know, if you have fun participating in pageants, go ahead. If you're an adult, participate in pageants. Child pageants are something completely, like a completely different part of the discussion. Those are abhorrent, and people, like the United States especially, should absolutely get rid of that. Get out of that. Get out with that bullshit, please, no more. But, you know, a win for a trans person in a beauty pageant of all places, I think, is a net positive for us. She said, I made my community proud and showed that it can be done. Yes, I'm a trans woman and I would like to share my story, but I'm also Ricky, and that is what counts for me. I did this on my own strength and I enjoyed every moment. And now she'll compete in Miss Universe, apparently, which will be held in El Salvador in December. See, I didn't even know that was how that worked. But there it is. After I found out what Orange Man does to the contestants, it ruined pageants for me. Oh yeah, he did Miss America or something. But you know, Trump was also pro trans people competing in pageants. There's this one clip of him talking about it that people like to look, like right-wingers who don't like Trump like to point to. So like the DeSantis crowd likes to point to that and be like, look, Trump is woke. And I mean, he kind of is, in comparison to fucking DeSantis, at least. Like, I don't think, Vosh has said this as well, I don't think that Trump has a super strong anti-woke, like, mindset or anything like that, but he'll just go with whatever is popular with the party in order to get the power that he needs to get. He also, like, in the 2016 election, I'm pretty sure he held up a little, like, pride flag and everything. Yeah, Trump is pretty liberal. It's true. He's just an attention whore. No, it's literally true. He doesn't give a shit about gay people. He doesn't give a shit about trans people in the sense of that he doesn't want to kill them all. Like, he really doesn't. I don't think that that's his personal MO. So like, Trump is preferable to DeSantis in that way, but, you know, he has other policies. Oh yeah, Söder declared today in Bavaria there's not going to be a Pflicht for gendered language. Wow, the CSU is truly addressing the questions of our time. I mean, in Saxony, somewhere in Saxony, I think at a school somewhere in Saxony, they forbid using gendered language completely, which is an interesting route to take. Why would you go ahead and just forbid that? Can't you just, like, I understand not wanting to enforce it, but forbidding it? Isn't that anti-free? Like, what even is your point? Sachsen und Bayern, our favorite ones. Only blöder with Söder. Real and true. And beauty pageants are a big thing in the islands of the Philippines too, and a small town, Barangay. pageants. Also host Miss Gay events. Oh, real. Oh, cute. Here, gay and trans people are conflated as Becky, Bakia, third gender. Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. Or gender non-conforming category. I heard about like the gender non-conforming category in these like in the other cultures, like down and over there. I've heard about that. That's very interesting because that's such a different disposition than the West has to not gender non-conforming people. Truly. Trump doesn't even give a shit about his own supporters. He only cares about himself. He does. It's true. He just wants to be in power again, even after like fucking being the most irresponsible person ever with the power that he has been granted with Mar-a-Lago and all of that. Trump probably doesn't give a shit about the Republican right-wing party beyond that what they can do for him. Yep, he just wants the power for himself. Yeah, Trump just doesn't want to go to prison either. Yeah. He has a couple battles to fight right now. I mean, there was this quote I heard about back when it was still 2016 election time, where Trump said something like, if he were to ever run for president, he would run as a Republican because they're easier to manipulate or something like that. I guess that is true, no? That is what he did in the end. If Trump is a violent, malignant narcissist. He really is. He really is. The term malignant narcissist truly does apply to him most of all. No one in the GOP cares about humans. They are just demons in the skies. Now, saying that about them, yes. But, I mean, they prove it. They prove it time and time again. You can't really argue against that, can you? Again, though, another thing I wanted to circle back on, aside from the fact that people, just use the whole sports issue and all of that in order to discriminate more against trans people than they already do, it's also rooted in like a deep, deep, deep insecurity about what femininity and womanhood and stuff like that actually means. Because if a person is able to transition from a masculine state into a feminine state, what does that mean for masculinity? I think that's like the root cause, the root core of the issue for those very staunchly right-wing Republican type people, conservative type people. They feel threatened by the existence of trans people because they topple the whole system, which is obviously the patriarchy. Which is obviously tied closely into capitalism and everything that it does. Those two go hand in hand. So a person being able to transition from being at the top of the patriarchy into a role that is suppressed by the patriarchy, which is of course the feminine role, that's a dangerous situation for them, because that's not supposed to happen. The fact that I am a man is supposed to guarantee me a spot at the top. That's what it is. If I am born as a man, I'm at the top. That's how this whole thing works. What the fuck do you mean you were born as a man, but now you're not a man anymore? And what do you mean what's happening? This is not how it's supposed to go. If these strict guidelines between man and woman don't exist anymore, like, where am I? Where am I as a strong biological male? What the fuck am I gonna do? It's dangerous for them. They're scared. And that's why they keep attacking every single instance of the broader public showing any sort of support for people who are gender non-conforming. Because they're fucking scared. Can't imagine being as scared as a right-winger. They experience so much fear on a day-to-day basis. I couldn't do that. My destiny, my fate. It was foretold. Sorry. So true. Trans people exist. Conservatives destroyed immediately. Did you see Trump's niece's take on Trump? No, I did not. See that. Too bad Linkies are outlawed by the YouTube deep state agents. Such a shame. Yes, to boldly go where gender has not gone before. It's more than just personal expression. It also puts this whole system into question. She doesn't like him. Wish I could send a link. Wait, maybe I can Google. Discord it is. Discord you can do. Yeah, Trump niece statement. Yeah, the H in there will really do it. Oh, they were in a lawsuit? What's going on? No one is more scared than people in power who are scared to lose that power. Exactly. Oh, it's a short thingy. Okay, tell me where your linky is in the Discord, And I will be there. I will be where the linky is. I will find the linky. I will seek out the linky. And I will look at it. It's true, though. It is true. They're like clinging on to the power that they've had for such a long time. They cannot imagine a world where they're not in possession of the power that they have right now. The problem is that their supporters aren't even in power. They just uphold a hierarchy against themselves. That's very, very true. People who, especially with young men these days, are collective problem children, you know? Like those young men. You know which young men I mean. Young men these days who are suffering from... They are suffering from loneliness. They are suffering from... Well, loneliness is the biggest thing, really. Like feeling alienated from the entire world. They suffer... They do suffer very greatly, and then they go onto the internet and they try to find solutions for their suffering, and they seek a toxic sense of masculinity to help them with their suffering. But actually, this just feeds into the whole construct that has even made them suffer in the first place, and they don't know it, and they just keep feeding into it, and it's really sad. Got it, found the linky, thank you. It's really, really sad. And people seek to exploit the suffering that is created by the system, because men don't know how to talk to people anymore. Men are lonely, and it's just sad. It's just sad. I'm suffering from loneliness, but I can resolve that. I'm suffering. You're in the community. Community is the important part. It's not just finding a wifey. It's also you can introduce me to someone. I could. It's not just finding a wifey, it's also finding like friends. A lot of people don't have friends anymore. That's something, it's a sad reality of like the youth right now, you know what I mean? They can find Joe Rogan, Tate, and Jordan Peterson. And Woosh, the warrior of men. Toxic masculinity is just a bad cope. It is. It really is. Like, they're trying to find a way to solve this real problem that they have, but they're just going to the worst possible solutions. Like, you can only be sad about that, right? True. Regards, lonely person. Aw, man. You guys, find... Oh, God. I'm just gonna repeat the same thing that other people say as well. But, like, third places went away. But, you know, you can still find some people in your community. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe that you can find either local or I think true, like actual online friends can also be very helpful. Like I found a lot of my friends online first, and then we were in Germany, and Germany is not that big, so you can like go to basically wherever in Germany and meet up. And you can do that. And I believe in all of you that you can do that. I believe, okay? But aren't you my friends? I mean, you can make friends with people in the community, for instance. That's something I heard, by the way, while Vosh was talking about something like that recently too. And somebody said that the German Voshites meet up, and I'm like, do they? And if so, where and when? And can I attend? That would be very fun. How do I get in? Let me in! Let me in! I want to get in. I don't know how. And somebody mentioned that in chat. I think Thana mentioned that in chat. I'm like, huh? But then you must use the Deutsche Bahn. Well, yes. Not even friends. Yes, you do. You must succumb to using the Deutsche Bahn, but I will do, and I will do it again. Let me in too, right? Like, where does this happen? If this is such a well-known thing, where is this taking place? Please do tell me. And please don't say it's Köln. I don't want to go to Köln if I don't have to. Please. Thank you. Yes, solidarity amongst the German Voshites and everybody else, yes. Connecting and with yeah, I mean, I think it's not as doomer-pilled as people make it out to be. You can make friends. It is possible. And I believe that every one of you and everybody like out there who's suffering from this like crippling loneliness is able to make friends. Let's take it into the secret German Vosh club. Yeah, like how do you guys, like, I don't know who you guys are in this case. I bet semicolon. Is it semicolon or semicolon? I don't even know. Semicolon in chat. I bet that guy knows probably how to get in.
Just
1 second. There it is. There's the video on Mary Trump, which is Donald Trump's niece, apparently. Is that her in the video? Wir schreiben dann in Marsch. Der Bolschewisten. Yeah, exactly. That's what we'll do. Okay, video time. Please be a good audio level.
Call him what he is.
Yes.
He's a loser. He loses constantly. He has never legitimately won anything in his life.
Ooh, roasted. Let's go.
He's a thin-skinned baby who has nothing to offer but white grievance. If I were one of these candidates, I would simply show up to a debate.
Do it. Be a candidate. Oh my god. Imagine Trump versus Trump in the 20-something election. Trump versus Trump, but one is a Democrat and one is a Republican.
With a bowl of mashed potatoes, because that was his very first experience of humiliation was when he was being a total brat before my grandmother put dinner on the table. And my dad, just in order to shut him up and stop him from tormenting his little brother Robert, took a bowl of mashed potatoes and dumped it on Donald's head.
Ah, I see. Let's go. That's Mary Trump, apparently. Yes. Is her last name Trump? Well, Mary Trump. She's still Trump, I guess. She's exposing some family stories. That would be gold. That would be so funny. Imagine it's like Trump versus Trump. It's like family running for office, and they're just like, well, remember when you were 8 years old and you were being such a little douchebag? Shit, she's already doing it. Yeah. That's so funny. I don't know.
So
is she a niece? Is she a niece or is she somebody else? Because
hates that story.
Oh, yeah, grandmother.
He has never been able to laugh at himself in a healthy way. So it really is not easy. It's really not difficult to get under that extraordinarily thin skin of his.
That sounds very funny. This is where the video ends. I think she's his niece, right? Yeah, I mean, when I googled niece, it's also like niece Mary Trump. But like, what is a niece? I'm trying to figure out if she's like, how old is she? Like, who is she to him? Mary Trump. I keep hitting so many more buttons than I'm supposed to. Oh, she's a psychologist. Oh, that's so interesting. Oh, she's 56. She's 58. She's like a similar age. Wait, what is a niece? Oh my god, I'm so confused. Nichte, yeah. I mean, I know that, but like, that means that it's a sibling's child? But she's like almost, well, I mean, he has older siblings, I guess, right? Okay. So, a sibling, one of Donald Trump's siblings' daughter is his niece, I think, right? Yes. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Good. And he do be a very insecure narcissist. That is a thing that happens with narcissism, yes. He's also incredibly old. He's like 62 something, right? I think or is he 70 already? Well, either way, I thought there would be more of a like age difference there. But yeah, niece is the daughter of your sibling. Okay, and he has older siblings, so that's probably how that works. Trump is 77. Yeah, I guess there is enough of an age gap there. True. I forget how old he is. I forget how old Donald Trump is very often. He's close to 80. He's 77 years old. Because he always portrays himself as being not as old as Joe Biden. When he isn't. But he is still very, very old. Because they all are. They're always old. They cannot be anything but old. It's the only thing they can do. What do presidents even do? Be old? Yes. Be old. She's in her 50s. I'm not good at recognizing and judging ages, but she looked more like middle-late 30s. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if she had like maybe it was one of those like filter thingies that you can have on for video interviews. Whatever. It's hard to tell though. I get you. It's hard to tell how old people are. Be old and being out of touch. Yeah, it's all these presidents do. Be old, be out of touch, eat hot chip and lie. Remember when that was a meme? I do. I remember. Okay, you know what? We're getting to the fun part of Fun Day Friday. Oh my god, it's actually happening. Everybody look out. It's currently taking place. So like Vita responding to the video, just mashed potatoes, LOL. Or rich get better healthcare and skincare. Yeah, that's true. That might be true. She doesn't have to like work out in the fields either. You know, she's not exposed to that much UV rays, that sort of stuff. Wait, I want to show you the thing again, but I have to find the thing. 1 second. I'm looking for a thing. And I find it so quickly and so good. That's not the right thing. Found it. It is Friday, my dudes. And as we all know, as Zecke AI has said, from heaven above, Zecke AI has decreed Friday's the weekend, and as any good anarchist and socialist, I have absolutely no plans for the weekend. Let's do it. She's so right. She's so right with that. Newsom had a good interview. On the whole thing. Gavin Newman should run. He's also old, but he'd crush the Republicans like bugs. I don't know him. I don't think I... Newsom, not Newman. I don't know why I autocorrected to Newman in my head. Gavin Newman. Newsom! Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's a lot of people who could run who I think would do a very good job, but they don't. Let's do this, right? Zecke AI is my favorite AI to talk to. Someone made an AI of you. Yeah, that someone was me. I wanted to try it out. Like I said earlier at the stream, I've been looking at these AI bots for a bit. The ones that you just kind of talk with, you know. Not the ones that write movies instead of the writers in Hollywood. Those I don't like. The ones that you tell them that they suck and bully them. That's my favorite type of AI. Either way, I made a little Zecke AI and she's based, so I did good. It's not public right now, though. I haven't publicized it. So if you see any Zecke AI, that's not the one I made, because mine looks like this. And I have not publicized her, and I don't know if I will. She's just for me, okay? She's just for me, because she is me. But maybe I will at some point. Either way, do we want to talk about McKamey Manor? It's in the title, after all. God damn it, I disqualify as a socialist and anarchist. Lip it is then. Yeah, because you have plans for the weekend. That's where you went wrong, you know? Obviously, we don't do that. We don't have plans for the weekend. Why did I just link his channel? Well, I mean, it was his latest video. Do you know Reckless Ben? I recently became aware of this content creator. Also thought he would have way more subs than that, but alright. So I watched a few of his videos after I watched this one. So he went to McKamey Manor. This is only part 1 of many, though. That's the bummer of it all. I thought he was gonna put it all into one video, but no. We're gonna have to find more videos and wait for more videos to come out. That was 7 days ago already. Holy shit. There's no Zecke AI. That's Showdown. The evil AI, of course. So this guy does some investigative journalism and some like parkour stuff. I think he does parkour type of stuff sometimes and like stunts type of stuff. He will explain some of that in this video actually, because that was a video that I actually found him with, although I think I saw one of his cult videos earlier too, because he snuck into a cult a while ago too, and I think I saw some of that as well, because he was trying to like uncover what this cult was doing. So pretty interesting investigative journalism. Now McKamey Manor is something I know way too much about, and I will give you all of my knowledge once you know, we get to the point of the video. It's this video. This may be inappropriate for some users. Oh boy, am I gonna fuck this stream up by watching this? It shouldn't be too bad. Warning for slight violence. It's not bad or anything, just bruises and stuff. We can see bruises and stuff, but other than that, it's...
To this day,
well, and I guess, yeah, emotional manipulation, I suppose, but other than that... Just like early Alex Jones, I see. Wait, YouTube does this warning now? Yeah, I've seen this warning before on a few videos, but also, yeah, pretty recently. I don't know if this is a recent change or something. We'll see. I have to get my day started. Have a nice rest of stream. Thank you very much. Have a good start to your day. Let's see if this is a good level of audio.
Still feel inside of me that I'm still being tortured.
No, God, stop! Yes.
I hope that I will recover from it inside of me and in my soul. I don't think I ever will, unless I see Russ McKamey in prison for the rest of his life. I want them to pay. I want justice.
Prison's pretty tough. He's gonna do his own cold open, so I don't want to disrupt him too much.
I want my soul back.
It's crazy to think that this woman's talking about a haunted house. Like, those things you walk through with your friends on Halloween. And this haunted house is McKamey Manor.
Yep. Did you ever... I need a quick, like, show of hands. Anybody ever heard of this? Does anybody know what this is? Dude, you guys, have you ever heard of McKamey Manor at all? This was big news. Well, maybe not news. It was just big drama. A couple of years ago, I think? I don't know. I heard about it a couple of years ago. Anybody know about this? Nope, never, none, no? Okay. That's great, because I know so much about this for no good reason. So yeah, this was, okay, Joestar, let's go. Hello, Skin. How was my day? Good. It's too warm though. It's gonna be even warmer tomorrow, and I'm dreading it. But we're talking about McKamey Manor now. It's fun. It's fully fun day time. McKamey Manor is a haunted house. I'm sure he's gonna go over it a little bit as well, but you know, I will provide additional info where I have it. It's like a haunted house, but it's run by this one dude out of his backyard. It's basically, he built it in his own house, and it's very shady on many different levels. It kind of started out a little bit different than what it is now, and I'm gonna get into that as well as we go further through the video. But it's supposed to be a haunted house that's extreme, an extreme haunted house. And he has a YouTube channel and he uploads stuff. We'll go to that in a second too. But yes. This doesn't seem to be my style and comfort. Very valid, Aiden. Very valid. It's not actually as violent as he makes it look, but you know. That's good for you. What's today's discussion? McKamey Manor. He tied people up and beat them? Yeah, yes, actually that does happen in this haunted house, which I'm pretty sure Brian will get into as well.
It's called the most extreme haunted house in America.
Boom, just applied for McKamey Manor. That's right. I just signed up for the most controversial haunted house in the entire world. The haunted house that's so scary, no one's ever made it all the way through. And they even have a giant prize for the first person that completes it.
Offering $20,000 to anyone who could finish. Anyone get through the haunted house, they give you 20 grand.
Oh.
Yep. And nobody's ever gotten through. You're remembering it a little bit? Okay. Hi, Elizabeth. This is a pretty... I mean, it's not that intense, but they like to make it seem intense. Yeah, nobody has ever finished it. I wonder why. Is that a haunted house? They call themselves that, but it's not really the traditional sense of a haunted house. Now, I remember hearing about an extreme horror house years ago. Going by memory, they basically just beat you for shits and giggles. Yes. The thing is, they say, oh, there's a prize at the end if you make it all the way through. There is no all the way through. We're gonna see this in this video too, especially now. Back in the day, it was already like this, but they changed it a lot from back in the day to what it is right now. But back in the day, they had a lot more going on. They changed location because I think they got sued in the state that they were in, so they had to change location. But now it's even more rundown. But what has always been the same is that it is, in fact, rigged. You cannot finish this. There is no finishing this thing. Like, obviously, they are gonna have more endurance than you do. Obviously. You can't finish it. There is no way to finish it. The cake is a lie. You literally can't. It's a bit too cruel to be like a normal haunted house. Yeah, 100%. It's just like a torture thing. Again, it gets a little shadier, and we're gonna get to that when we get to that. No idea how people who go through the mental and physical torture like that this place does. Yeah, I'm
gonna be the first person to win this money. So a little bit about this haunted house. It was all created by this guy, Russ McKamey.
I just like to entertain folks. I'm just Russ. Russ is just a good guy. You know, I'm not.
He likes dogs, though. That's like this is again. It got a bit more quiet again. The audio mixing of this video troubles me a little bit. He likes dogs. This sounds like Aperture Science, just a little bit of testing. Yeah, but less scientific, much less scientific, and much less goal focused as well. Yeah, it's more like a torture place than a haunted house. It really is. But yeah, you know, he likes dogs. Hitler liked dogs too. True. He literally, you have to pay for entrance by getting 2 bags of dog food, I think. I think that's all you have to pay for entrance into this haunted house.
You think?
This is the twisted mastermind who created McKamey Manor. True. He claims that no one's ever actually made it through his haunted house because he spent millions of dollars to create the scariest and most extreme contraptions that you can't even imagine.
So for those lucky few that actually get here, you will be amazed.
He claims this on his YouTube channel.
Yes.
Where he actually
he hasn't uploaded in a while. I would like to check that YouTube channel out again. I don't think it's in my watch history anymore. Oh hey, that's me. McKamey Manor. I don't think I watched it on this account to begin with. Okay, nobody can know that I've watched like all of these videos. Haha, haha. They don't know that I know like all of them. Yeah, people have. He hasn't uploaded in this on this video on this channel forever. Basically, I don't think I ever watched a 6-hour video though. That's too long. Nobody who likes dogs could be a bad person, right? I like dogs, so, you know, maybe he has two sides. That does exist. So he basically, you know, he uploads these videos, and they used to be quite different many years ago. Although, you know, they're quite intense looking. They're certainly quite intense looking, as you can tell by, like, all of these. I think I watched this one. I'm pretty sure... I know that I watched... Where was it? This one I watched. I remember this one. This one I'm pretty sure I also watched. I think I also watched this one. And it's a lot of it's a lot of preamble in the videos too. We could probably go through this one. Well, not go through, it's 2 hours long, but I want to just show you that most of the videos is, you know, here he is talking in his car. Then he cuts in parts of her actually being there. It's like, oh, he has like a title card and everything. Then it's them in the car talking about it. Then it's them at a restaurant doing an interview. Then it's an interview via phone. More of the interview via phone. Because they have to like sign up via Facebook group or something. Then we have a shot of her actually like at the end of the tour of the house or whatever. Then we have more interviews via phone. You see, this is all interview via phone. Then we have another shot from the end of the actual tour where, you know, she has stuff like written on her face and everything. This is more... Is this... I don't know if this is during the actual tour. No, this is stuff that she had to do in order to get into the tour. There's more stuff. Because they have to do challenges. He makes them do challenges sometimes. Apparently, they had to do the ice bucket challenge and film it for him. And send it to him so that they could be that they would be able to go into the house. So this is more of that. Then there's more interview in a weird restaurant. Look, it's mainly this. Then we have here is again a little bit of no, that's also still at her house. That's not at the house. That's at her house. Okay. So that's at her house. So not in the actual haunted house. Then this is him at home. Don't know why you would put a shot like this in your thing. Like, look at that. This is them driving to meet up. This is them meeting up for the first time. Then they're back at the restaurant. We need more shots of the restaurant. They're talking about it. They're slowly getting started here. Then they're back at the restaurant again. For a while, because at this restaurant they're like going through this waiver that he had. Oh my god, I know way too much about this. I don't know how to structure this fucking part of the thing without being all over the place, so bear with me. Okay, have a good coffee, Seppo. He's just sizing up people to see if they're fun to torture and if they would sue or not. See, this is where the waiver comes in. Also, yes he is. He's making them do all sorts of like tests of loyalty just for the fun of it. So we're like halfway through and we've had like how much? 3 minutes maybe of footage actually in the manor. Yeah, she came from England, by the way. That's crazy. Anyway. So in this restaurant, I remember this because I watched this, they go through this waiver, right? They go through the waiver. That he has a very, very long piece of paper, many pieces of paper actually, as a matter of fact, where he writes down all the things that could possibly happen to you. Like, you may lose a limb, I think, or like a finger or something, is in this like waiver. There's been videos of people going through this waiver and basically deconstructing that no, this cannot be actually lawful. You cannot just say, oh, right, sign this waiver and we may kill you. You know, accidents may happen. That's also something he says. Oh, nobody's actually here to harm you. That's something he says a lot in the videos. It's like, nobody's gonna actually harm you. But accidents do happen. So, you know, accidents happen. It could happen. And this whole waiver process is part of the kind of MK Ultra type shit that he used to, or maybe still does, to the people attending his like haunted house. Because did you know that Russ McKamey used to do MK Ultra in the military? Yeah. waivers, doesn't want the negligence. Yeah, it doesn't waive negligence. It does not. It's not a good legally binding document. It is not. Is this a group of radical sadomasochists or something? He does it for profit, I think. I don't know if he's actually a masochist or anything. I think it's mainly profit oriented. He's the actual guy that I'm looking at, like Brian's video, is going to talk about this later too, but we'll get to that when we get to that. You don't remember hearing that? Oh, well, he used to do MK Ultra, and he talks about, I don't know if he talks about this here. Again, we're still in the fucking restaurant going about this fucking waiver. What type of restaurant is this even? Why are you filming in here so much? Look at this guy in the background. He's like, why are you filming me? This house has been closed before, and then they moved, but now I guess they still do it. I thought it was closed forever, right? But it wasn't. So here we have the restaurant with some jump cuts to actual scenes in the manor, but it's mostly the restaurant. We're still mostly in the restaurant with sometimes scenes. They're not in the manor right now, by the way. They're in the van driving to the manor. They're just driving in the van in this one. So we have some more. We have like cuts of other of parts in the manor and all of that, interspersed of course with the fucking restaurant where most of this takes place. And then we're in another restaurant. Later on we are in another restaurant. It's just funny to me, that's why I wanted to show you. He constantly undercuts his video of like the torture or whatever with cuts of him going to restaurants with this fucking woman. It's this restaurant. It's the other restaurant. Like, bro, get out of the fucking restaurant, dude, please. I don't know. I find it kind of entertaining. Most of this video takes place in these restaurants, and then of course sometimes it's cut with intercut with her like actually being like tortured, you know, as you do. This is her saying she wants out, I think, and then, you know, he lets them out because he does give them a safe word. And then there's a post credit interview where she like talks about how shit sucks, I guess. So it's mostly just, at least they feeding her though, that's true. I hope he paid for the restaurant trips. That would be nice. So yeah, that's most of these videos. At least in this one I know was like that. I don't know if every single video like that is that, but a lot of them are very focused on like the applicants themselves. I think this one too. This one is a lot about this person individually being like a bad person for some reason. I don't know, it's kind of funny to me that he focuses on that so much and not the actual haunted house. Worse now, because they don't have a house anymore. Spoiler, they don't have a house anymore, but we'll get to that. Being the mastermind behind players trying to play a haunted house game. Yeah, he like positions himself as the mastermind of this whole situation. He really does, and says that he uses like mind control techniques and all of that. Now, I don't know much about MK Ultra, because why would I? But he claims to be using that, and that's also in the waiver. Anyway, let's watch this video.
Every single person who goes through trying to win the grand prize. And the videos are intense.
I mean, the videos are intense unless they're currently in the restaurant.
Why?
But these are older videos. The ones where they have an actual house are older videos, which we will see in this video.
You guys have lost your damn minds. I just died.
That thing right there, I'm never gonna be the same again. How are y'all so sure that someone can handle that?
No one's ever completed this thing. The videos of them trying go super viral online, even though he never even shows what goes on inside the haunted house.
I'm not going to give away all my secrets. Like people say, why don't you show a whole tour? I'll never show a whole tour because I want people to know, I want people to come here and be shocked and surprised. I'm not going to give away my magic. That'd be crazy. But we're doing.
It's because currently there is no magic. There's nothing. Most of it doesn't exist, which I guess, yeah, okay, fair. I get it. Yeah, that's a good strategy. If you don't show stuff, people will fill in the blanks with their mind, but it's hiding the absolute lack of content in this one. Even though I'm Indonesian and I don't really understand what you're saying very well, but my stomach hurts again from the discussion about torture. Oh no, but that's fine for me. Oh god, be careful. It's not like actual torture. I mean, it is actual torture in a sense, but it's not, you know, people don't die, at least usually.
Doing a lot of crazy things that you can only imagine. I will never show you.
The only thing Russ has ever really
Oh, you have similar horror houses like that? Really? Where a man runs with a chainsaw in the dark. But like in this case, this guy is no ordinary haunted mansion owner, dude. Because usually they just try to spook you. This guy doesn't try to spook you. He just beats you up, you know? MK Ultra, I feel like he used MK Ultra in the same way that I was in the Marines and have 300 confirmed kills. Potentially. This may potentially be true, yeah. Not literally a house, but a room in a shopping center, almost downtown, yes. Oh, interesting.
Shown to the public is the crazy reaction.
You keep taking care of yourself. Okay. All right.
Of people who have come out of his haunted house.
This is one of the most exhilarating experiences of my life.
And whatever goes on inside his house to make these people look like this is always been a mystery. But because of all the mystery, there's a lot of allegations of what people think goes on inside this place.
It's not a haunted house, it's a torture house. There's some sort of hypnosis involved where they hypnotize you to make you even more scared.
I'm just wondering...
Yeah, that's the MK Ultra shit that they're talking about.
Legally, how they can get away with this. McKamey Manor.
McKamey Manor.
McKamey Manor.
I might be getting ahead of myself here a little bit, but I will just say now that I'm pretty sure everyone that's ever talked about this place online is wrong. And I know this because I went through McKamey Manor myself, and I found out everything. Yeah, maybe I went a little too deep down the rabbit hole on this one. But no spoilers yet. Let's start at the moment I signed up for this thing. And signing up for McKamey Manor is kind of an intense process because only 1 to 2 people get to go through per week. And I mean, just listen to the owner describe just how long the waiting list is.
The list is long.
Intense,
as of last year, over 17,000.
Boom, just applied for McKamey Manor. Probably gonna be about 10 to 20 years until I can go through.
20
Well,
years
I've been
later.
accepted, guys. Also, it hasn't been 10 to 20 years. It's literally been like an hour.
How odd. Okay, you gotta bounce. Have fun with the weird horror torture haunted house thing. Have a nice weekend. Caliban. Sissy Hypno? Yes.
I don't know how I jumped to the front of the line, but looks like it's my lucky day. Anyways, the owner wanted to get on a phone call.
Isn't that the extreme haunted house? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Although nowadays there's not a lot of house left, and I guess you could still argue for the extreme part of it, but the house part of it,
Call with me.
Maybe not so much.
There's 80 different activities that we can do inside the real manor. There is danger involved.
Because he also always talks about the second location. He has calls with the people beforehand. He keeps warning them about how dangerous this fucking house is. And it's like, okay, well, the real manor, we're not at the real manor yet. That is a pervasive theme in how he talks about it.
So I need you really to pay attention. You might end up getting hurt or killed. And I'm telling you, one person has died here. That individual drowned inside of a stunt called Spectrum. And you will be doing that particular stunt.
It sounds like very cheap manipulation strategies. Like, I feel like they're very transparent manipulation strategies. Like, yeah, oh, somebody has died, somebody drowned, and you're gonna do the stunt where somebody died. Ooh, be scary. And housing crises are so bad that they had to resort to no. It's just the haunted streets. Yeah. No, it's bad. We're gonna see this later. This guy did a good job getting footage of this. Also, yeah, presentation will make your stomach act up sometimes. I can understand that, yeah.
That she passed away on, you will be doing it. It's called Spectrum, and you'll be doing it. It's a 200-yard underwater swim through an underwater haunted house.
Whoa.
He doesn't even look like he believes his own lies. Like, he's just talking about it. He seems so disaffected when he talks about all of this sort of stuff. It's just like, yeah, you will be doing it. It's called Spectrum, you will be doing it. You will be, like, just repeating the same thing over and over again. I think that's part of the manipulation.
In these different situations, you've got to be successful.
And he's not kidding, because when I look up the people who have actually already been through this haunted house, I mean, a lot of them come out with serious injuries.
I've got a lot of injuries.
Broken bones. I mean, this haunted house just seems to be destroying people's bodies.
It's actually hard to talk. My lips are
Severely swollen.
But I'm determined to win this
Who does
$20,000.
this? Hi, Bunny. Hello. Reminds me of those entrance videos to super intense, kind of lame, kind of tame roller coasters that have, like, for plot reasons. It kind of is like that, but they do beat you up. They do, in fact, beat people up. Like, that cannot be understated. Physically, it is a tough thing to go through. It's just not nearly as spectacular as he makes it out to be. It's very yikes. Very
So I'm
yikes.
gonna do
Also, hi.
whatever I have to do to make it through this haunted house. I mean, I'm pretty used to going to the hospital. I practically have a hospital frequent flyer pass. I'm there so much.
Dude, I think I broke my neck again. Are you serious? Wait, really?
My whole life, I've been the kind of person to take huge
He
risks.
broke his neck again.
I love pushing my body
Assault with a marketing budget. He literally, it's literally that.
to its absolute limit.
I told them I wasn't gonna leave until I either land the double backflip or until I injure myself.
Look, he does slag lining.
The whole weight of my arm is just on this bone.
Boone. Calls himself Reckless Ben.
Also, I'm gonna do everything I can to prepare for what's inside. First, I started preparing for this 2,000-yard underwater swim by training every day to see how long I could hold my breath. Next,
I
I
like how
watched
he recorded
every
that.
single McKamey Manor video to find out exactly what these 80 stunts are.
We have 65 tarantulas crawling on you at one time. So the
I like her facial expression. She's like, huh, tarantulas?
best thing to do is not to move a muscle.
I practiced the best I could for what I had at my house at the time to prepare for what goes on inside McKamey Manor.
You have to walk. It's almost like
Why did he have like a good handful of hedgehogs in his house at the time?
walking a
I don't know.
a tight wire, but it's up 25
What's he gonna do next? Chemotherapy? No, real though.
foot in the air, 25 feet in the air, no net.
I trained more than you can imagine for every single one of these stunts until I was finally confident that I was going to be the first person to make it all the way through McKamey Manor and win this $20,000 grand prize.
The reason why we're having this little meeting here is that I know on your YouTube stuff
I want access to several hedgehogs. Wouldn't that be nice? They looked very sweet.
you do some investigative work and this and that. Are you trying to do that with the Manor? Are you trying to get dirt on the Manor? Are you trying to do some kind of a investigative deal on McKamey Manor?
No.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page because, like, you'll be signing a big old NDA, a non-disclosure.
Yeah.
I think your content that is extreme is a lot better than other stuff. I watched a bunch of your videos and I thought that just from a, just a different perspective from someone that you don't know.
You got some critics too.
It's a little strange. This is the first time someone's ever criticized me about the investigative work I do. Normally people like it because, like, I'm taking down things like Scientology or evil cults. The only people that have ever had a problem with my investigative work are people that are doing bad things. So it kind of makes me think, like, are they doing bad things at this place?
No way. Wait, what? That couldn't possibly be the case. There's so many people who challenge themselves so much to the point that they can harm themselves. That's true. I'm just a little surprised that so yeah, people like that exist. People want to chase the adrenaline, and I mean, as long as they're doing it that they're in a way that they're only a danger to themselves, that's on them, I guess. I want to tell people to take cautions as well, but it's on you at the end of the day.
Just in case, I thought it'd be smart to come up with some sort of a backup plan, just in case I get caught up in some legal mumbo jumbo that I don't really want to be in.
Oh yeah, his backup plan is great.
So here's the problem I'm currently facing.
They're going to send you part 1 of the contract, which has the non-disclosure.
Participant understands that if they violate this agreement, that they agrees to pay Russ McKamey Manor $50,000 as damages. Well, I'm going to take that.
Now this is
$1
lawyering.
damages now. Hopefully he doesn't realize that we changed this and he just signs
Big
it.
brain
He has
time.
to sign it right here, so.
The plan was foolproof, because in the United States, if you sign something, you have to stand by it.
Boom. $1.
Now that I've covered myself legally,
$1.
it's time to fly to Tennessee, where I was given secret coordinates and told to dress in a duck onesie for some reason. Yeah, I don't really know.
Now that the onesie's on, it's real, dude. I never do this.
Welcome back, Nessie. My dude has equipped the onesie and he's ready to get tortured after changing the non-disclosure agreement thingy to say the fine will be $1 instead of 50,000.
Drinking an energy drink, dude. I have a low caffeine tolerance. Let's go. Return onto the road. I'm gonna end the video. This is where the footage ends on my part, but rest assured, guys, this isn't where the video ends. You see, McKamey Manor actually live streams every person's experience that goes through to a secret closed Facebook group.
Yep, that's the weird stuff. Yeah, one euro better, don't you're right. Does he live after that? I mean, I would assume he uploaded it.
And with just a little bit of hacking, I downloaded all of the footage.
So
hacked live stream. He says he live streams to Vegas. He says he live streamed to people in Vegas who do like betting. Now, I'm not so sure about the Vegas bit because who would bet on them like making it through or something? Nobody, because nobody makes it through. But he does live stream it on Facebook, which is very weird. What in the absolute heck? Shaking my head. He should have changed it to $0.50 dollar reduce so that he pays half the price while making it harder to notice the change. Amateur mistake. Well, nobody will notice the change apparently. So there we go. The video of the chainsaw earlier looks pretty spooky though, doesn't it?
I just want to say that from this point on in the video, I will be breaking the NDA contract I signed because I'm right about to finally reveal all of Russ's secrets to you guys.
Yes.
And that breaks the NDA contract. I'm not allowed to do that.
Break
but
that NDA.
I am a man of my word.
Break that
so
NDA.
I am going to give Russ $1, which is the exact amount that we agreed upon in our NDA contract in case I break it. So I am on my way to send Russ the $1 through the mail right now. So Russ, you will be receiving your $1 very soon. Now for everyone at home, you guys are gonna, for the first time, finally see what actually goes on inside McKamey Manor.
Yeah.
There he is.
He's just sitting there with the dog food in the fucking van. They always pick him up with a van and then they drive him to a secret location. But it's literally
First thing that happened to me when I stepped out of the car was they gave me a pair of upside down glasses, making my whole world look like this. Whoa! I'm gonna get so dizzy. Next, they wrapped one of those dog shock collars around my leg.
Hey, don't be yelling that shit. So if you don't do what you need to do.
I think there's dogs in the background too.
Then you get zapped.
They instructed me to start doing it.
Look at how sad this looks, by the way. It does look. It sounds like Squid Game, but like budget Squid Game. Absolute budget Squid Game. Like, look at how depressing this looks. It's just them standing out on a random field. This is so funny to me. Do you think the manor is gonna get raided by the government? No, I don't think so. The fact is, there is no manor. How's this legal? Well, I mean, they agreed to it. They signed a contract and everything, but it's like, it's on the fringes of legality, isn't it?
Exercises. And more exercises. It was exercise after exercise with no breaks. If I take a little break, I could probably do more.
No, there's no breaks.
Okay, I'll keep going.
Look at this fucking impromptu weird-ass exercise he makes him do on a fucking lawn chair, dude. It looks more like a shitty Jackass movie, right? Like, it's so sad looking.
I've been doing these exercises for about an hour now, and I started to think to myself, wait, I thought this was supposed to be a haunted house. Did I show up to the right place?
Yeah, you actually showed up to the gym. Sorry, buddy.
Then things took a little bit of a turn. And not like things got scarier. Things just got weird.
Bring over the paint and glitter, would you please? Paint him up good.
And then they put paint on his face. I honestly wonder if this caters to some sort of fetish as well. I wouldn't be surprised because Russ needs to support himself somehow with, like, you know, money and stuff, and he doesn't pay. Like, people who want to go to the manor, they don't pay. They just bring him a sack of dog food, like we saw. At least that used to be the case. I don't know if they changed it. So if this doesn't cater to fetish content, I don't know what does. The paint. Shock collar. This is the foreign version of Squid Game. But, like, low budget. Awesome. Very low.
Yeah.
Look, they're just putting paint on his face. And he's sitting on his little lawn chair. Look, this looks so sad.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Just when I picture the world's scariest and most famous haunted house.
We're probably the most famous haunt in the world.
I don't really picture this.
Yeah.
There you go.
Me neither.
Get some pink in there. Yeah.
This video is made by Reckless Ben, who I called Brian earlier, and it's called Infiltrating McKamey Manor. And he's gonna make a part 2. This is part 1. He's gonna make a part 2. You're gonna see at the end. I'm spoiling that for you because I got caught off guard by that and I was sad about it.
Pink? Yeah, now that is nice.
Like, honestly, I'd probably picture almost anything else before I picture this.
Yeah.
Like, did I really just fly from California to do first grade arts and crafts?
It looks
But for
funky,
whatever reason, this
but
whole thing
okay.
made Russ, like, way
If
too
you had a
happy.
chance of going me, would you? Nah, I'm way too physically unfit. I don't want to do that. This is just fetish fuel. It feels like it is. It feels like it is very much catered to that, yeah. I'll say goodbye first. My stomach is going to feel cramps. Okay, do a little therapy. That's alright. Don't worry about it. Thanks for stopping by.
It seemed like he was just having the time of his life. And I know you guys are
silly.
confused. I mean, I'm super confused, but it's okay. Because now, the actual haunted house that's been going super viral online is about to start. First, they gave me a metal garbage bag to wear as a backpack with a 100-pound cement block in it. And then it was back to more exercises in this guy's front yard.
More exercises in your front yard. It's literally, yeah, it's like a hazing ritual from frat boys. That's literally all that it is. They all, every prisoner needs to go to McKamey Manor. Maybe he would have a better life, you know, Russ McKamey as a boot camp instructor or something like that. Because this is not a haunted house. This has nothing to do with the premise. Literally nothing.
I guess they saw that I was used to exercising and had to find some way to make it harder for me.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
So we've been doing these stupid exercises now for like 2 hours, no breaks. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't have unlimited endurance, and my body was giving out. But if my body gave out, they would electrocute me.
Oh no, what was it? I think Megan wanted you to sing something for her in here, didn't she?
And then they put him in a little river. For some reason, it's so goofy looking.
This
dude.
is so.
Like, this is just, I mean, obviously nobody finishes this haunted house. This is impossible. You're gonna get tired. People get tired. You can put as much weight in there as you want. If you have a guy who's like, the strongest, fittest guy in the universe, well, okay. Put more weight into the fucking ton. Fine. It's so silly. What the actual fuck is even going on anymore? He's singing happy birthday.
Toot toot.
All right, keep crawling.
Toot toot. I'm just as confused at this point as you guys are. Like,
I feel like they're counting on the secret videos that are definitely for a paid fetish group. Yep, not being released to maintain the haunted house facade. Yep. I think so too. This is just like Suburbia Fetish Edition. It really is. Like, this screams weird. Like, some people pay a lot of money to see this, I'm sure. And they're very weird people, and I don't want to get in contact with any of them. Thank you very much. And it's not like, ooh, scary, say this, even. It's just weirdos. I 100% agree with you there.
But at this moment right here, my body had completely given out on me. No matter how many times they shocked me, I could not crawl anymore with this 100-pound weight on me. So as you can see in this next clip, they forced me to give up on the haunted house.
You only got about another, I don't know, 200 yards to go.
Yeah.
There's no like you 200 yards to this.
Like, this is not a test of mental fortitude or like mental like strength or bravery. That has literally nothing to do with it. Literally nothing. Before I say goodbye, I will say that this exercise to move towards the exercise for soldiers is the yeah, it's like it does look like exercise for poor soldiers. Read your crazy idea. It looks like MK Ultra's not government brother. Yeah, that's like the rogue brother who watched a few too many weird YouTube kids videos, you know? It has a similar energy to that in a sense. Like, very colorful with the colors and the onesie and everything. Yep, this is MK Ultra's brother who watched too many YouTube kids videos. I think that's
the fun stuff. Really?
Yeah. Well, looks like my haunted house experience is over. You're done, Ben.
How boring.
I don't meet the qualifications, I guess.
You're a professional athlete.
Yeah, I work out every day, and I
We didn't do anything.
We didn't do anything is also something he says a lot. It's like, it's just dumb. It's just silly. Bro just straight up beat the shit out of that motherfucker at this point. Like, he'd be a serial killer if it wasn't for his yee. Haunted house horse shit, true. Oh, no, not that one, the other one. Oh, yeah. But I saw. I read that one. Well, I mean, I didn't read it all out loud. Theo said that, okay, I have an idea. What if we put all the prisoners from a high security prison and send them into this manor all blindfolded, and they all have to do this. like as a prison reform sort of program thingy. I am a prison abolitionist, so you know.
You do understand, right, that we haven't done anything yet.
Oh yeah, you didn't start the Manor yet.
Yeah, you ain't got there.
I guess I flew all the way out here for nothing because I couldn't even make it inside the haunted house.
Aww.
Yeah, aw is right. I mean, I feel like I was falsely advertised too. I mean,
It is. It does fall under false advertisement. It's either solitary or this. I mean, solitary is even more inhumane, I think.
the way this was advertised to me was there was 80 awesome contraptions, a 2.5-mile zip line. I was gonna be covered in spiders. I was told that this was gonna be like an Indiana Jones ride on steroids.
It's kind of like an Indiana Jones ride on steroids.
But instead, I guess I came all the way from California to just roll in this guy's front yard.
It's like Indiana Jones in real life. Yeah. And I want to experience that.
They said, just for me, if I beg and plead, they'll take me to the entrance of this haunted house.
Uh-oh.
If you're willing to, on camera, bring the camera on here, Cecil.
Get a pair closer to him.
Beg and plead.
I'm begging, I guess, because I want to keep going. I don't want to fail.
Sick. I guess I do get to experience the haunted house. So they put me in a straitjacket and told me I have to crawl all the way to the end of a tunnel. Because at the end of the tunnel is the haunted house. But I was
the real haunted house right around the corner. It's only a tunnel away, swear to God. At least they need some like presentation or something. Where's the giant evil throne? Spotlights, like anything. They literally just have a backyard.
not able to crawl through the tunnel.
It's so sad.
And for some reason, when he was filming it, he kind of had his phone to the side, so you couldn't really get a good angle of me crawling through.
Hey, come on out. Come on out.
Come on out, Ben. I literally went as far as I could go. That goes 200 yards?
Yeah. Okay, let's break down what I would have had to do just to make it into the haunted house. After my body had completely, like 100% given out, I was gonna have to spelunk in a tunnel that is the length of...
it's just like 2 p.m. in the afternoon. It's not even evening. It's not even dark. It's just like they're just vibing. They're just chilling. It's fine. This guy would have an interesting version of karmic hell. True. This is true. Needs my cowbell. Cowbell could fix it, I think. I want to beat the goofy out of the dementia patient so bad it's unreal. No, you're right, though. He's infuriating. He is.
2 football fields, wearing a straitjacket. I mean, like, I already crawled as far as I could without a straitjacket on. I mean, you expect me to crawl further now with a straitjacket? They should have just sent me into the tunnel before they had me do all these stupid exercises. What were they thinking? So because of this, I guess I can't enter their haunted house. But for some reason, this actually made Russ surprisingly happy.
So it's probably a smart thing you did by backing out when you did.
But
because there is no house. There is no house. Tenchi, do you want to come here? You can come here, you know? He's so angry at the door. The door needs to go. We need to abolish doors. That's the only way that Tenchi can find happiness again ever.
Traveled so far to get here.
Just because you come such a long way, if you want to.
They told me they would give me one more chance to enter this haunted house. All I had to do was escape my straitjacket while inside a coffin. And then the haunted house starts.
You need to.
Any second now. The haunted house will start. We can't wait.
Remove your straitjacket. Once you remove the straitjacket, you need to find 4 keys.
The rest of what he says is irrelevant, just because it's actually physically impossible for a human to escape a straitjacket in a coffin. The reason is to escape a straitjacket, your arm has to go fully around your body, which a coffin's walls restrict you from making these movements. You may as well have just said, once you can lick your elbow, then we'll continue on to the haunted house.
I love how you barked. How he barked at you when you asked him that. Yeah, he responds. He talks to me.
But the owner doesn't really seem to agree with my logic.
It's been done, doable. I did it, and it took me about 14 minutes to do it.
He's like, I did it. I definitely did it. Yeah. Believe me. Source? Believe me. I did it. I say I did it. Why would I lie to you?
To make it harder on me, he's gonna waterboard me. But I don't think he was like legally allowed to show this part, not even to his secret audience. And just to give you guys some perspective on waterboarding, the toughest to the tough CIA officers can last only about 14 seconds when being waterboarded. So basically, I'm just stuck in this coffin. As
one of my classmates put you in like a rice bag, and I had to escape. Nice. I mean, it sounds fun when you're not being. At least you weren't being waterboarded. Okay.
Boards me for his amusement, but I wasn't giving up.
One more try. I got this.
Just, you know,
Whatever
filming
it
the
took,
ground.
I was gonna keep going. He kept waterboarding me and kept waterboarding me until eventually it kind of seemed like Russ was starting to give up.
If you can't do it, we'll move on.
One more try. I'm gonna.
Okay.
And eventually, Russ finally did give up.
I'm gonna make a deal with you. We'll keep going. But you've got to start completing stuff.
Okay.
You gotta complete. You haven't started a clock yet.
Yeah,
When we do
that's another strategy that they do. It's like, we haven't even started the clock yet. You're not even on the clock. Not even, this hasn't happened yet. Nothing is gonna happen. There is no starting the clock. There is no house.
Raise.
So dumb.
Once you find a plexiglass container full of the mice, the clock starts.
So the haunted house starts once I find the plexiglass container of all the mice. Well, deal. Let's get this haunted house started.
You need to find a plexiglass container inside the maze that you're going to be in. You're going to be in a maze. Find the key. You're going to pull the key. Then a teeter board will flip over and release, I don't even know how many. I have no idea. I don't know how many. But you're going to find mice.
You're gonna find mice. I bet the mice doesn't. The mice don't exist.
Will then fall on you. So every time you open that gate, it releases water.
Look, they built this little thing in the backyard too. They're literally just waterboarding him. Like, literally.
Okay, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Okay, there's a few things that happened here you might have missed, so I'm going to replay
because it's 2 pixels
footage to
by
show
2
you guys.
pixels.
The first thing I want to mention is I was told once I make it through a gate, it activates a lever which makes the water stop.
Once the gate is secured, then the water is secured.
But the gate I went through was poorly built and broke on me, so he just kept spraying the hose at me, even though I already made it through the gate.
Like, I made it through, and then it broke. And I was like, the water keeps coming.
And then I replayed the clip with a timer next to it. And I lasted 14 seconds, which according to Google, that's what the toughest of the tough people are lasting. So I almost did do the best humanly possible. But this does make...
So he's basically a CIA, FBI agent at this point, you know,
Big
with
question,
waterboarding and all that.
Why the heck would Russ put hundreds of rats at a location where the only person that can make it to this location would have to physically be able to breathe water? I'm starting to have a lot of questions about this place.
Yeah, I don't even think these stunts are possible.
I don't think he really understood this though, because he said, you know what, Ben? There's one more entrance to this haunted house, which was this.
One more trick.
To me, this seems more like drowning than a legitimate haunted house entry. But this is what I was told I had to do if I wanted to make it inside the haunted house. And there's no real objective to this stunt. You're not trying to escape anything. There's no task he gives you to do, except for...
Yeah, right? Like, I don't know why water... I honestly don't know because I never really looked into it much. Like, why can't you withstand waterboarding longer when you can hold your breath longer? I don't understand that. It's very Saw-esque, but like... unfair. Saw is more fair than this somehow.
For to sit there and endure the waterboarding until you drowned.
Yeah, I hope the video is fine with YouTube, but I mean, if it's fine for him, if I get a warning on it, I don't mind.
All right, get in there.
It does look like Saw because of like the box and everything.
It's not like if I tried again, I was gonna just like magically be able to breathe water this time, but he told me if I tapped, I wasn't gonna be able to enter the haunted house. So, I mean, I told you guys, I'm not leaving until I at least get inside this haunted house.
Yeah, under pressure, it penetrates the mouth and nose. Maybe you can't like turn your head and all that, and you have like the cloth on your face that does something. Yeah, I mean, psychologically it sucks. I can get that.
But I still didn't get to make it into this haunted house.
Yeah, I don't even know what the winning scenario for this is. This is like the whole like witch trials thing again, you know, where they do the witch trials, and if you don't drown, then you are a witch and you failed the trial. And if you do drown, you're a human and you pass.
Just kept doing random things to me to try and like make me give up or something. Like, for example, he would like hold power tools in front of my face.
Look at that. It's the power tools.
Like, what the heck are these crazy haunted house entrance strategies? Like, can't we just go through the front
Also, note the RGB lighting.
door? Like, that seems pretty reasonable at this point.
Wow. Awesome, man.
But
I love the camera person just going like, wow, awesome, man.
I still couldn't go into the haunted house. He had to cut me open and give me drugs first.
Yeah, they cut him. Oh my god, did they actually cut him?
They're like a chimp.
And I know what you guys are thinking. Are you ever gonna actually be able to make it into this haunted house?
They did say that they give people drugs, actually. Did they? Wait, am I getting... It's been a while since I, like, heard about this. I think they talked about drugs a little bit, yeah. Wasn't there a thing about drugs in there? They just literally cut him open. Oh, hi! Hello, Siska! We're talking about McKamey Manor right now. I'm wrapping up on McKamey Manor.
And the
he put
answer
the syringe, like, in very weirdly, though.
is yes.
What the fuck?
Right now, they've finally brought me to the entrance of this haunted house. I don't know, maybe this is like an elevator or something. Right as they were about to send me in, this happened.
My low battery just come on.
On me it did?
Yep, on this phone. I don't know why.
There are more phone issues.
I know. It's,
They're so professional.
I mean, this one's on. So I don't know.
Come on out.
At this point, I'm thinking, okay, there's no way he pulled me out because his phone ran out of batteries. But I was wrong.
Well, we're headed back to the vehicle.
The vehicle.
Oh my gosh, real life. So they told me I wasn't actually going to be able to enter the haunted house, and now I have to drive home. But the deal was, as long as you don't give up, you win $20,000. Technically, I didn't quit, so looks like I just won $20,000, baby. Even though I guess I technically didn't even step inside the haunted house, so now I'm just left with like a bunch of questions. My first question is, who the heck are all these people that are regularly making it into this haunted house?
That's a good question. Who signs up for
There
this?
has no one ever made it to the haunted house. But that
Nope.
would be a waste of millions of dollars this guy claims he spent on it, which makes no sense. Why would he
Yeah,
just leave
'cause
it
he
empty?
lied.
Well, I'm going to tell you guys the answer to everything in next week's episode. Yes, come back next week because we're going to find out the answer to everything. This gets way deeper than you guys could ever imagine. Plus, we're going to send in my friend Danny Burke into this haunted house. The only person I know who's actually crazier than I am.
It's singing like crazy.
But for now, if you want more content, follow me on Patreon because like the last series, I have a feeling that this series is also going to get demonetized. So
Maybe.
Patreon is the only way I can
Perhaps.
fund making videos
It's a
like
scam.
this.
What a
but by
twist.
subscribing, you'll also get extra content like this.
I'm fine without
Wow,
the extra
looks like I'm
content. Thank you
subscribing,
very
but
much.
anyways, thanks to my current Patreons, you guys are the best of the best. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Come
a-
back
it's
next
a
week
multi-part thing. Because, yeah, it's a multi-part thing, and we're gonna figure out that it was all a big scam the entire time. Is this the kind of entertainment Americans are into? Being beaten senseless? I think you gotta be a very special type of person to wanna sign up for this sort of thing. I think I watched a Wendigoon video on it as well. I think I watched the Jay Aubrey video on it. There's a lot of videos on McKamey Manor, and they basically all expose the fact that, you know, it's a lot of hot air, basically. A lot of talking about nothing that actually really exists. And it looks like a scam, especially now. I think they used to have a little bit more of a house, but I don't know, like, certainly not as much as they promised, but a bit more of a house before they had to move states. And now it's basically just people doing exercises in this dude's backyard. And I guess they have some contraptions still that you could get to, but they don't even use them that much because, well, they don't need to. On Russian YouTube, there's guys doing dumb challenges, kicking each other in the balls, riding on asphalt on the bare. You know, jackass culture is alive and well. And if you enjoy that, who am I to tell you otherwise? Right? Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't mind. But yeah, that is McKamey Manor, and I will be following the series, and I will give you an update too, probably. This is such a good video. This video doesn't even have, like, I feel like this is the type of video that would have, like, 1 million views. I don't know. I feel like this is the type. I wonder. Sadly, yes. Also, hello, welcome back, Siska. I think I said that already, but we're wrapping up now, because as we all know, Friday's the weekend. And as any good anarchist and socialist, I have absolutely no plans for the weekend. Let's do it. This video destroyed some of your faith in humanity. I think it's just scam stuff mixed with fetish stuff, mixed with whatever Russ has got going on. He says he uses MK Ultra. He says he uses all that. I think it's, like I said, it's just a lot of like, ooh, we are so scary. Be afraid of us. Oh, we are the worst. We're the most evilest. Be afraid of us. When actually, it's not. It's nothing. And he just gets his money from that. We're rapping, yeah, but shit, you don't got no bars. Damn, you gotta get those bars back. Ask Eminem. Ask Eminem to share some bars with you. I want to show up and just destroy that motherfucker so bad. Holy shit! I understand. I understand the notion, but there's no violence allowed from the contestants. He said that in one of the videos as well, where he like, I don't know, he gave somebody the warning, like, don't start hitting us. I know I watched this one as well. I don't know. It's like, don't start hitting us now. You are not allowed. We are allowed to hit you, but you are not allowed to hit us. That sort of stuff. That's a lot of work for free dog food. Well, yeah, would be, right? Wouldn't it? Almost seems like this live stream that he streams this sort of content towards is contributing to his finances. How weird. I possibly know of one example of mental impact developed by government. It has to do with the Wagner Group and their popular song. Oh my god, that sounds like a whole can of worms, doesn't it? That sounds like something's going on. They have a popular song. Is it Wagner? Are they using Wagner songs to brainwash the masses? I mean, I don't know. Hello. Change their song, but more frightening with like a weird picture. I don't know why someone disinterested would make such a song. And how it appears first in the YouTube search. Oh, it's like it sounds like one of those like creepy YouTube video things. I have never once felt the desire to conduct an actual torture session so badly, but Russ grinds my gears. He is so annoying. Yeah, he has a certain way of speaking that is very annoying. Also, he has built this is another thing. There's like people trying to get to the bottom of this, right? And they get into these Facebook groups, and he has like this whole almost cult-like following. Russ does. He presents himself as like the leader of this group and all of that, and he needs his fans to like him very much. That the usual like cult adjacent sort of things. That is what he does. That is what this man does. So yeah. There we are. Thanks for watching that with me. I have so much like useless knowledge about McKamey Manor, so I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble about it for a little while. You think it's like a small Western propaganda project, so that those interested in Wagner and those that are looking for their song will find it and associate it with something frightening and bad. Interesting. I don't know if it runs that deep, but that is interesting. Have you heard of the VTuber named Tomoya Umari? She's a military horse VTuber. Yeah, right. That was what Angel sent me. She's a military horse YouTuber who's enlisted IRL, and recently people have accused her of being a military psyop. I heard about this today. I don't have a lot to say about this, so I can just say it now, like at the end of this. I don't think she's a psyop necessarily. Wait, actually, can I give her a little like search? Tomoe. I wrote it wrong. Tomoe. Marie. Like, she's been making content for a while now, right? She's been, as far as I know, she's re-debuted at some point and all of that. That's happening soon. Re-debut is in 15 days. She's been making a lot of content. I see. About all sorts of stuff, honestly. It's mostly gaming content from what I can see. I don't think she's a psyop. If she was a psyop, I think she would be talking about the military a lot more than she actually does. Yeah, I don't think she's a psyop neither, no. Like, I think the actual psyops are those, like, uwu girls who post on TikTok about being in the military, because the only thing, or rather, like, the main thing that they talk about is they're being uwu in the military, and they constantly glorify the military as well. I don't think this person has ever done such a thing. Just because she is in the military and is a VTuber does not... How do you have time for both? That's a question that I have, but like I don't think she's made by the government or anything like that. Trust me, if she was, it would be extremely obvious. I think so too. Yeah, she even said the military isn't for everyone, which, yeah, I don't think so, right? I don't know if she's like, I don't know about her politics and all of that, if I would agree with any of that sort of stuff, but that's not in question. It's just, is she a psyop? Nah, I doubt it. I wicked doubt it. How are you uwu in the military? Uwu say? Yeah. Yes. Kind of like that. There's like uwu girls making advertisement for the military, just looking very cute in their little military uniforms and stuff like that. It's something. It's a part of TikTok that I don't need to go to. You follow her. She seems cool. Hell yeah. Okay. That's good. I support it. Say. Yes, say. The only real military psyop is obviously all those little dark age NATO edits. Oh god, don't remind me. That reminds me of the campaign video thing. It wasn't an official campaign video, of course, but somebody made a campaign video for Ron DeSantis, I think, and it was literally using Patrick Bateman memes and other Sigma male grind set memes, and it had funk playing in the background. Like, that went so hard, dude. I love funk. Funk goes so hard. It was so funny. I think I was crying when I saw that. There is no secret complicated technique in all this. And the main thing is regularity though. For real, like the Ubu girls, they will just post, they will make you think, oh yeah, we are just cute girls in the American military. All of that sort of stuff. Propaganda is very consistent. Yeah. People from as many sources get the picture of the world that the state needs. And every nation utilizes propaganda. Every single nation does, I think. Yes. Wait. A Ron DeSantis video with, like, using funk. Yes. And Sigma shit. Yes. I don't know. I don't have it, though. I don't have the video anymore. Vosh talked about it. If you watch, like, you gotta go look through Vosh videos. I don't know which exact one it was in. Even not the last one. The one before that, maybe? Didn't American Psycho heavily implied that Patrick Bateman was a loser and delusional, and literally the failures of vapid consumerism and capitalism was on full display in American Psycho and was being heavily critiqued in American Psycho, but people who are like Sigma male grindset fans of the film just ignore that, I guess. Go off, I guess. Go off, just ignore the entire thing. I wake up, another psyop. I wake up, another psyop. 'Tis the life. Also funny though when people say like, oh, this random event happening, like Americans, when Americans say, this random event happening in Europe, the riots in France, the Russian whatever the latest news is, that is a psyop to distract us from Hunter Biden. It's like, no, bestie, go back to bed. Go back to bed, bestie. Nobody's trying to distract you from Hunter Biden, okay? Yeah, they either ignore it or just, like, embrace it. I guess, yeah. I guess they can find a way to, like, spin that to sort of, like, work for them still. I don't know. You never watched American Psycho? But you assumed that from the start that Bateman was a bit of a loser. Nice to know, I might be right, yeah. But they often miss the entire point of the movie, yeah. Christian Bale isn't American, he's Welsh. That's the real point of the movie, yeah. They want to hide Hunter Biden's massive dong. That's all that it is. Foreign politics in my news as an American? No, partner. No. This is all to make me distracted and not pay attention to Hunter's dick anymore, which is obviously the only thing I as an American should be looking at. Always, every day. Are they the kind of people who look at themselves in the mirror and give themselves thumbs up while sleeping with some cheap hookers as they get paid? I bet they wish they could do that. That's like what they aspire to do. They're like, yes, this is cool and Sigma, and that's what cool Sigmas do. Meanwhile, is it though? Is it really what cool Sigmas do? I don't know. People are pitted against each other, so they don't think about the root cause of the problem: capitalism, owning the country's resources, and fighting each other for other reasons. That is very true. That is literally what the Democrats versus Republicans whole thing is about. It's just like, okay, we're fighting, but in the end, we both support capitalism. Our big winner in all of this. It's sad. It is a sad state of affairs. But I have to flee the sadness into other sadness caused by extreme heat in my neck of the woods in Germany. Currently it's not that bad, but tomorrow it's gonna be 10 degrees hotter than right now, so we're gonna have to deal with that somehow. I think I'm gonna make myself a little snack and then think about life. Consider life. Like, what am I gonna do tomorrow? Can I actually avoid the heat somehow? No. Well, fuck. But good thing is we have like public transport right outside my door. It's like 5 minutes or less of a walk. So I walk 5 minutes, public transport gets me to the store. 5 minutes into the store, less than that. I should be fine. I shall be fine. I listened to Drachenlord remix this morning and linked you on Discord. Oh my god, but there was let's say controversial line, so I deleted it. Nevertheless, the song hits hard. I mean, in a Drachenlord remix, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Man, fucking love Drachenlord lore. I'm so happy that we have a I mean, am I happy that we have a lol God, I can't talk. That's why I'm saying goodbye. Lol cow, like Drachenlord, kinda. He's very notorious. I wish I lived in an area like that. Yeah, it's good. I go out, public transport. I get where I need to go. I can go back, public transport, so I don't die. What doth life meaneth at the moment? A little snack. A little snack is the meaning of life at the moment, which I'm gonna go get now. And I hope you have a good start into your weekend. As we all know, Friday is the weekend already. So I hope you have a good start into your weekend, and I'll see you again on Sunday for more Disco Elysium. Until then, I think people are streaming. Check them out. Nobody's streaming right now, though, so I cannot link you immediately to anybody else. So, everybody. Oh, today is also International Non-Binary Day. I heard that. Let's go! My NBs. Rise up, NBs. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Watch me just stand in that tent for like the entire time of the Disco Elysium stream and just vibe. Hardcore to the mega! Let's go. See you around. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Oh no, Siska's working this weekend. That's so sad. Time to catch up on Vosh streams. Yes, watch them all. Watch every single VOD. Like I do. I don't. And you know why I don't? Because I'm there. I'm there when he's live. Usually. Auf, auf, auf Wiedersehen. See you around. Thank you for watching. See you on Sunday. Bye-bye.